No robot. No. No spawn bear. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I appreciate y'all coming in. Nightshade, I see you. H2 Watermelon Lord. Dude, I'm so sorry your game fell through, bro. But I am glad to see you here. I am definitely glad to see you here. Our High Priestess, Faith, is here too as well. She'll Ez. I still need to fix her character where it has an emblem and everything. But yes, welcome in. Welcome in. If y'all are ready, we'll go ahead and jump right on in it. You guys ready?
Ready is a very interesting word.
Never.
It's a very strong word.
Yo, Amber, thank you for the resub. Oh man, man. All right. Well, last time on Culprit Gaming. Oh, Evil Dead Dead. Let's go. That's two. Much appreciated. Um, yeah, let's go. Last time on Culprit Gaming, our heroes decided to seek out Matt as they entered Strahd's horse-drawn carriage. They provided their destination, and as they see along the left side of the road, colorful tents set up yards away from the road, find themselves not stopping or realizing too late as they pass their intended destination, they decide to sit back, take in the scene. Passing the gallows on the right side of the fort, Joe, Gowrig, and would remember this is where a car had gone white with fear and silence. The car takes them down the left path. They're arriving at the village. Everyone makes their way inside the town, aside from Doe, who sits on a stoop near the drop-off point, and hears a scratching on the other side of a door, bearing a mark, a red circle, and a line casted. The others make it, and as Marigai, along with Armand, are looking to offload what the shopkeeper believes are quality goods, Rowrig and Cadell enter, stirring up some emotions, and the PCs, without compensation, relieve him of some wares. A moment is taken to identify their next move. They decided to check their property, to which they've received a deed, heading to the mansion, get to the stoop, and see that the door had been ripped, bashed, and splintered inwards. The halls are almost void of light, as only daylight reflects off candle sconces back at them. Stage is set.
Oh, Marigai, I almost forgot. And I kind of walk up to Marigai.
Yes, what
I
is it?
have I toss you a pouch.
America reaches up to catch it. What is this?
Do you hear the jingling of coins inside? And you see some. If you open it up, you'll see some gold in there. This was for your your wares. I think we got quite a good deal on that.
I see you managed to convince him.
Certainly did. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was able to procure these. I kind of open up my jacket and I show you the goggles. I think this might prove handy since I can't see in the dark.
Oh, you could have always asked me. I could always make you be able to see in the dark.
No, I appreciate that, but this is so much easier. I'm not gonna put these on though until we're out of this area.
Fair enough. How much
Yeah,
gold is this?
it should be 100.
100? Did you take some for yourself?
No, I just wanted the goggles. They're probably worth more to be honest.
If you're sure you don't want some.
Nope. I already kind of cheated you out of this deal. Again, thanks for supporting me back there. That was really awesome.
Yeah, well, that man is, something sits wrong with me with him. Our guy pockets the gold and, looks at the rest of the group, so, what are we doing about this?
Lo walks into the manor slowly, but and with one hand on the sword, just sort of kind of peeking through, seeing if he sees anybody squatting.
We do need to sweep.
as go ahead and roll a perception check. Carrying down that hallway.
Yeah. Sorry.
As you peer through the window, you look across and kind of gaze down towards the ground, seeing a darkish, like kind of a brownish liquid, looking like it's rusted over the ground, and it trails inward.
I whisper back. Looks like we have dried blood.
Smell of copper just
Yeah.
permeates your.
Yeah. It looks like we've got dried blood in here. I whisper back.
Are we trying to be quiet about this?
I'm trying. Yeah. In case there's still somebody in here.
Trying to
So
make us quieter?
I'm gonna go ahead and draw my sword.
Do you want me to make us quieter?
Not necessarily. I just not in the middle. If I don't necessarily need us to be quieter, I just want to make sure that we have ourselves a little bit of an advantage going in that they may not be prepared for us. Since the door was open, we could just kind of slink in.
Noticing though, you noticed it wasn't just that the doors were
Open.
were open. There were no doors left.
So as Marigai kind of enters in behind him, she's keeping kind of her ears perked, trying to listen, see if she can hear any scrabbling noises or anything that betrays that there's some motion going on.
I'm gonna go in and follow the left wall. Oh, what do you know?
Grower, go ahead and roll a perception check as well.
All right.
With that, you see claw marks on the ground. Upon further looking at it, though, you do see that there are 4 scratch marks, as if something was gnawing or biting or previously furiously going towards the ground here, kind of scratching. You notice that there are clothes, like torn pieces of clothing that are kind of like around right here. Looking a little bit further down the hall, you leg, buddy, or something like hanging from the back side of the bush.
So as we're entering, is there any way for Marigai to tell how fresh this blood is? Like, I know you said it's dried and everything, but is there like any indication that it's whoops. Like, would she be able to roll medicine or something to be able to tell?
And what does it smell like in here?
You smell
Copper.
copper, kind of like a rotting flesh.
Nah, that's what I was wondering.
The acids leaking out,
Ugh.
combining with the open flesh.
Something doesn't smell right in here.
Does it look like the trails are going up or like coming from upstairs or going upstairs?
Yeah, is the blood?
Here, survival.
I know nothing.
Flo kind of looking to you for the answers, kind of, Brower, you're able to discern that it does look like one possible body had been upstairs.
Yep. With that, I'm gonna open this first door. I step into here to check.
Okay, so over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, walk into that room, you notice that there is uh nothing has been moved since the last time you've been here. As you recall, left with Bismarck, and you've left with Irina, but you don't see. Yeah, you don't see that there was any kind of changes in this room since the last time you had been here.
All right.
Okay, so at this moment, as you leave the room, kind of, you hear a like a whispering, kind of like a breath, uncommon breath.
Can I tell which direction it's coming from?
Beneath us, there's a basement or a hidey hole.
You would hear the direction would be more in this area over here, but only Growrig would have been able to hear it though.
Okay.
So I'd stop and try to get closer to see if I can find a trap door or a, I don't know, something out of place there, or some way to go down or up from here.
Go ahead and do either a perception or investigation check if you'd like. Noticing at this point, like you kind of move around the chair, kind of jostling it around a little bit, and as you do so, you feel a go right past you. Just a small amount of wind.
Hmm. Either someone small or someone invisible.
Is this a body up here?
Yeah, I see a dead mark on it, so yeah, it looks like it's probably a
Yeah,
body.
as if you're approaching that direction, then yes, you come to what would be a slender woman, for her blouse, everything shredded. Uh, you would see that kind of her face was pulled away from her side.
So I kind of go past Ted, or I'm sorry, Lo. My bad. Look at him like, watch me for a second. I'm gonna kneel down next to the body and try to see if I can discern with medicine, like if I can discern anything, like from this lady and her wounds.
Do you want to go ahead and do a medicine check?
Sure. She's dead.
So looking at it, what you can discern is that it wasn't a humanoid that had ripped her flesh from her bones. You would discern at least that there were claw marks on there.
What is it you're looking at, Marigai? Oh shit!
Whatever killed this woman wasn't a human. I'm trying to see if I can see any fur marks or tufts of fur or anything that would give me an inkling, but pretty grievous wounds. It's hard to tell over all the blood.
I'm going to follow the blood trail upstairs if anybody wants to follow me.
Let's clear the bottom floor first, Lo.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll sleight of hand to see if I can take anything off of her value.
Do an investigation check as well. You're gonna have to
You got
find
it.
out if whether or not it does have anything that's worth taking for sleight of hand. Looking at her, you do see kind of a locket, but you see the locket is kind of just like a brass, not even a copper, of no real good value. If you would like,
Ugh.
you can still make that sleight of hand to grab it if you really if you would like it.
Not if it doesn't look that valuable. I wouldn't feel the need to conceal that. I would be like, "Sorry, old girl," and then I like unclasp the necklace and I open it up and I take a look in front of everybody. I'm not trying to be secret about that if it's not worth anything.
Okay, as you open it up, you see a picture of her and her mom and dad on the left side. It was a locket that had two pictures in it.
Are there any engravings? Because I don't. And also, I hold the locket up. Do any of you guys know who she was?
Can't say I have. I don't think I've been here, but this much blood
Yeah.
loss. I don't think she was the only one.
So as you're looking at this locket it was carefully crafted in love. You flip it over and you see the engraving that says, "Even if we're not here, we will always give you a kiss goodnight."
That's kind of creepy. I read what it says.
So, other than the blood, is there any other like discernible like scuffling around that kind of points to what was attacking?
Let's have you do history.
Normal, right?
You could do it normal, or you can go with either
Just
history.
not disadvantage or advantage, but yeah, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Yeah, normal. You would do a normal check on that, either history or you'll do an arcane.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Oh hell yeah!
Now, are you proficient in arcana?
Yes.
In your life, you have seen such creatures, right on the tip of your tongue of what it is, but you have seen these types of creatures in your studies as you held from a monster, type of person. So you would have had studies on this monster in the past. of
Yeah.
an elemental type of monster.
Do I know, like, from the looks, do I know that? Do I know what type of elemental?
You would see it as more of a wind elemental type.
Okay, hold on. I kind of look around and then look to everybody and just, there may have been wind elemental. I'm not sure of exactly any, like, exact type or if they were conjured or anything of that matter, but
The wind elemental. Have you come across many on your travels? This is the first time I've heard of one.
few, not many.
That's really
more
odd.
more of a study of them than actual combat
Do you-
or anything.
Do you happen to, if there is, in case there is a wind elemental around, do you know of a good way to defeat them? Any tips or pointers?
Go ahead and roll. Now you'll have to roll a history check.
Here, let me. Is it okay? I want to throw an inspire on you.
Rob, there's some heavy wind or something.
You said history.
Yeah, and go ahead, and if you want to use it, you can use a D8 on top of that.
I put that in the situational bonus thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So thinking back in your studies, you recall this elemental itself. Well, the name eludes you because it's been a while since you've been in your studies. You recall it having the ability to see in the dark, and that it has resistances to bludgeoning.
I'll
It
just
may
relay
have
that.
other ones, but you recall that stand out.
I'll just relay that to them.
Well, in that case, I pulled my shield off my back and I pull out my rapier. I hope it's not here.
Well, anyone could probably hope it's not here.
I'm pretty sure they are still. I'm gonna open up the store on the north end.
Out of curiosity, Culp, obviously, she doesn't know about per se these elementals, but with her druidic training, would she know about elementals in general from at least her time? Or her place?
I would say from your origination of your culture and everything, yeah, you would definitely you would have ran in through the studies of elementals as well, as it wasn't your primary focus. I would say that you have heard of them, and you would.
She would know the very basics.
While Galrig's opening up that room, I'm going to go into this one here.
Which would you go? Did you go past the body?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did. He's going to that first room on the north. On the north end.
I'm just gonna be in the doorway so I can kind of have eyes on you just in case.
Do a perception check as well. Hello. As you walk towards the door, you realize that it's still completely open across the way. That window that has no sign of glass in it from the last time you saw. But you also recall there being planks that were boarding up that door, or that window. The windows themselves have been busted as well. See some hanging forward, some hanging back, so you're unable to discern with that roll whether or not something went out or something came in. just see that they were split and folded back and forth.
Anything else in this room that is askew?
You see footprints that are kind of like moving around the carpet area as they become more and more faint.
Yeah. But there's nothing in here that is immediately catching my attention as dire or important, except for maybe the footprints. Footprints look human.
Footprints do not look human.
Okay. Since they don't look human, I'm going to start with investigation on that.
Right. With that, you're able to discern that these bloody footprints kind of you look back when you walked in, you didn't kind of watch the floor as you were coming in, but now that you've noticed this on the ground, you kind of turn back and you look at the ground and you see the footprints from that body led into here. And it spirals onto that bearskin carpet or the wolf skin carpet that's in the center of the room.
It's you said it spirals.
Yes.
All right.
So
And
you see it like this. Here.
and then you said that they don't look human. Do they look halfling? Do they look um can I tell it maybe a different race, or not necessarily race, but at least size value?
You could tell based off of that roll, they are a medium sized creature.
Creature. Okay. And I go ahead and sort of lift the carpet a little bit to see if there's anything under that carpet.
Lifting that up, you can peer down there. You see there's nothing different. It looks like the slats just they run north to south all the way through the room. Doesn't look like
Okay.
anything or broken.
Okay. I go ahead and
Hey, speaking of which, Lo, maybe we can put that over her body.
I say go ahead. I'm more concerned right now. I'm more concerned about what else might be in here.
Okay.
So are you? I mean, because you look. Oh, hold on. I should have asked. Lo, did you pick up the whole thing and kind of move it over, or did you just lift up a corner to look?
I actually picked up. I kind of picked it up to the point where I could see everything underneath it.
At that point, you had done that, and Armand is coming in there to help out. Let's go ahead and put you back in there. Uh, as you go to lift up, you kind of feel a slight tug, and you feel the wind like blow across you as it turns, and kind of whatever it was that was there kind of moves around, and you can hear the footsteps as it's going. They are very light and faint, but you were able to follow the footsteps as it.
I think it's with us in here.
Can I? Hmm. Hmm. I shout out at it. I shout out at it, and I do it fairly loudly. What do you want?
It might not understand you.
Yeah, but at least it knows. At least it might respond to at least the sound of my voice.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna just translate for him into primordial.
I'll say it again in deep speech. Because that's my other language.
At this point, Growrig, as you started moving forward, this door is now opened, and you slightly hear these bushels right here of planks move
When I'm
out of
passing
its
him.
way. Yes, as you're passing
Okay.
them, you hear bushels now kind of scoot out of the way. And Mary, you cast detect magic.
Yeah, it passed right by me, so I figured why not.
So you also heard it. And casting detect magic, you see
Visible creature is the problem. If we can't see, then we might not see anything that is given off.
this in an oddly shaped
Oh.
in an oddly shaped fashion. It kind of wisps past, seeing three to four toes in the front, kind of one clasp back as it pushes through the bushels and kind of runs upstairs.
Seems we may have more than one.
Well, isn't this delightful?
Esmeralda, is that what you thought it was?
Oh boy.
Hey,
Did I
Gallard,
see it as well, or did she only see it because of her detect magic?
She only saw it because of her detect magic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I would have only probably noticed as well because I was moving alongside with Growling for the most part. The bushels moving and hearing Lo saying things as well. That there might be more than one around us. So
Hey,
I've no yeah. I didn't quite see anything, but if it's anything quite like what I think it might be, there may be more than one.
hey, Gallard.
Mhm.
As I walk out, as I'm walking out of the here, and I try to get Gallard's attention. Hey, Gallard, I think it
Hmm.
might be time for us to uh accidentally start a fire in the fireplace that might just bring this place to the ground.
Might not be necessary. Let's finish searching this bottom floor. But I have a pretty good idea of what it is at this point.
Go in this room.
At which point, Doe kind of walks in, kind of looking around as well. He's pretty much just staying quiet, kind of looking around with you guys.
America gives him a side eye and steps away from him.
What? I'm not taking the staff right now. You're fine. Just it's gonna be okay. I don't know. Kind of Doe just kind of like turns back around, kind of still looking on the ground. Thanks.
Yeah, I point over. It's her. I'm imagining. We do need to bury her after this, or at least tell someone so they can bury her. This is awful.
Yeah, that's all good and well, but I don't like not being able to see whatever is in here.
So I didn't see anything. I just felt something blow past me. I have a feeling it might have been the wind elemental. Did any of you guys experience the same thing? What about you, Lo?
I felt some wind. At this particular, I'm at this point. I'm like in a completely different room than you are. So, what do I'm gonna roll my perception for the room that I'm in, and I see nothing.
Well, it's not that you don't see anything; you just don't see of anything of concern in the situation. You definitely see all the bush, all the paintings and stuff like that across the walls. You see the carpet that strolls, across right there. Um, then you turn, you look into the room, and you're kind of looking around and see all the beds. It looked like they haven't been slept in since the last time you guys were in there.
Can I try doing detect thoughts? It can be used to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see, as long as they're like within 30 feet.
Yeah, you can try doing that.
And you can't detect a creature with intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any language.
You have to have a. Do you have a copper piece on you?
Okay. I have the broken thing. I'm trying to look over at everybody. Does anybody have
Remember,
one copper piece?
Gotcha.
This is made out of copper, and I toss her the necklace.
Can I use
That was made out of brass.
Brass.
Oh,
That's right.
dang it!
Damn it.
I've got copper.
There, no, I'll do it.
I shoot you.
How loud did you ask?
I would say fairly normal, like not silent, like or not low, like quiet, but
Probably a decent
yeah,
elevated voice to get
yeah,
Lowe's attention in the other room.
yeah.
I'm gonna flip it to you. You did that roll as dough, by the way.
Oh, I did. Yeah, it was a straight roll, anyways.
So I made a nice, clear, easy toss of a copper piece.
I'll still, because it's at least like over 20 feet. I'll do acrobatics.
Wouldn't it be athletics?
You could do dexterity or you could do athletics.
I think I'll make it. Might make it. Not much of a difference.
As you go to catch it, hits your hand. It was just early for it. It hit the tops of your knuckles. It kind of fell down. You hear it go as it hits right into the blood that's below your feet.
Unfazed, I just pick it up and cast my spell.
You have to have a.
Yes. DC 13.
I would hide that that roll just in case.
Yeah,
Don't want to give it away.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Wait, give it away. Give it away.
So roll it. And you guys get to hear it. Yeah, you guys get to see it.
No, we can't see it, but we know you rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says question marks.
Right. Right. So all at once, you feel the presence of 3 minds in your head. Like just all talking, 3 to 4, maybe even 5 minds in your head, all talking at once.
Fantastic.
Like
Is
and
it common, or is it a language I understand, or?
it's more of a community. Like you don't actually hear any kind of verbal
Okay.
enunciations or words or anything. It's just it's garbled mess, but you can feel the minds that are there.
3 of them,
At least 3.
at least. Can read their thoughts.
Can you tell where they are or no?
I don't think I would get that from it.
Well, hate to admit, but there's not much I can do in this situation.
Mary, you just did a spell, I'm assuming. Did you see where one went?
I don't think so.
You did see with the glow that there was a golden glow around this creature as it ran up the stairs. That was the only thing that you were able to see. Discern what it was, the height, you knew medium build as it rushed past and went up the stairs.
So it went up the stairs.
No, you were calling out to one. Did you, or to something, anyways? Did you hear where that went?
It just blew past me. That's all. That's kind of all I know. It came out the hallway.
We know where one might be, so we can go upstairs and see if there's anything there. Is the rest of the first floor pretty cleared?
It seems to be, but isn't it kind of dangerous to go up there if we can't see them, but they can see us?
And that's why I go first.
Yeah, but shouldn't we try to find a way to make it so they are forced to be visible?
I know of a
Do
spell,
you
but I
have
don't have
purge invisibility? But I doubt any of us have it.
No, I know how to make things become invisible, but one thing that I remembered was whenever I walk through smoke or through powder when I was practicing, people could see me when I walk through that. Maybe that would work for them too. Does anybody have any flour or anything like that they could throw into the air once we're upstairs? Maybe we can see them that way.
As everybody's discussing this, Mariguy's kind of being quiet and just still and seeing if she can just detect on her skin like any sort of currents of air.
I have a wee bag of sand.
How fine is the sand?
It's fairly.
What I can do is I could become invisible myself, go upstairs, throw some of the sand in the air, and then come back downstairs. Then you guys go up. Then you guys could see if you could see them. Yeah, I'll do just that. If you don't mind, is this expensive, Sand Mary?
Nah, it's not.
And go ahead and I grab some of that sand in my hand and I cast invisibility.
So okay, so you went ahead and cast it on yourself. Bag of sand becomes invisible with you. Is it as long? Okay, so as it leaves your hand, it becomes.
Correct. And the spell only ends if I attack or cast a spell and throwing sand in the air. I don't think would be counting as either. Up to you though.
As it leaves while it's in air, you said.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the invisibility spells rules. If you're carrying, so anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. I was just concerned that if I use the sand while invisible, it would break me out. But looking at the rules there, it doesn't seem like I would lose invisibility from throwing the sand.
Person's a target person attacks or casts a spell. No, that is not an attack. That's not casting a spell. So I would say no, it wouldn't.
All right. Well, I just want to before I can stay in this invisible state for quite a while. So let me know when you guys are ready to go through my harebrained scheme.
Right.
I don't know if you guys are done.
You have an eyelash that's in gum.
I certainly do.
Make sure you use that up.
It doesn't use it. It doesn't consume it.
Oh no.
It'll say it consumes it.
Oh, I guess
if it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And I'll just wait here, guys. You let me know when to try this out. I don't know if you guys are done doing what you're doing down here.
Am I still hearing them at the moment?
How long does it last? 1 minute.
Yeah.
I would say it's starting to dull down here pretty quickly.
Uh-huh. Can I try to probe deeper into one of them real quick and see if I can figure out where they are or like what they're seeing? Yes.
You're trying to do what with them again?
Do you know the initial surface thoughts? What is on their mind at the moment as an action? So it only goes to like one of them at a time. But I'm trying to attempt to probe deeper into like one of their minds. So they would do a wisdom saving throw again. They would know either way that I'm in their brains or whatever.
You can go ahead and attempt.
I guess it would just be a wisdom saving throw on their part. What's emotional state? Wait. If it fails, I gain insight into its reasoning, if any emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. And then if it succeeds, it balance.
All right, go ahead and try.
I am.
Yeah,
Like
she doesn't have to roll again.
I don't. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just, they
okay,
have
so
to
you're
do
just
another
trying to-
check.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Good, as you start to probe deeper, they kind of get the feeling that you're coming mind's eye to for unsuccessful probing deeper.
Okay, the spell just ends then. Well, rather than us all stand here at one spot, it may just be easier to have, well, Armand's seeing if he can set up in a way, I guess, a trap, or to see if we can find him. Do a quick glance into the rest of these other rooms that we haven't looked into yet.
Yeah, I say under my breath. Yeah, just you guys give me the word and I'll try this out.
There you go.
Do a quick look down here real fast.
Armand went into this top one, right? Here.
The last time you heard me, I was right in the.
No, but before I meant.
Oh yeah.
What do I see? What do I have down in here? Down in the dining room.
You see a roll for initiative.
Yeah, this is probably here.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add questionable sources on here of what you think you're fighting. Or not even that you think you're fighting. Just you guys go ahead and roll yours. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the initiative off, and I'm gonna go ahead and write those down here.
There's no active encounter, so
Yeah, we're gonna get that active.
Wait, are we all rolling initiative or just?
Yeah,
him?
are we?
Right now, Low is the only one in initiative.
Okay, got it.
I'll have no active encounter.
All right, you should be able to roll initiative on your side. Line through beyond. And just so everybody's aware of out, and essentially this is a little bit different than most encounters. They don't know who they're fighting right now, so they are unable to see it. So therefore, they don't get to know what it is that they are fighting. Normally, you'd have a carousel at the top, and exactly. The carousel does not work apparently anymore until the new that. So you both got 15s. Actually, Growrig's not in it yet.
What?
There.
Oh.
This is just
Well-
for my room.
Yeah, just for his room right now.
Hmm.
Take you out of combat. this moment, feel a rush of air bashing right into your stomach currently. Does a 21 definitely hits.
Yes.
Uh, oh. Sorry, this is going to take a little bit more. I was going to do it in here, but I can't do it in here. Might be able to.
Never
Just,
apologize.
just keep hiding the rolls. No one sees the rolls if you hide them. We just know that the rolls have been.
All right, so if I do this one,
Just keep it on private, yeah.
oh, nice. So you don't see who's rolling as well. All right, cool.
Right, just as game master, yeah.
All right, so
And if you can also do the blind GM roll if you don't want to even show us that you're rolling.
Truth.
hitting you for 7 bludgeoning.
I have something that helps me with bludgeoning. I've got a ring, the ring of resistance that is resistance against
Right.
bludgeoning. Yes. So, do I take? Is that half damage then, or is it?
Yes, you would take half damage for that. Rolled down, so it'd be 3 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, so it's 50. All right.
As you get hit,
I exclaim out, "Motherfucker!"
and after you finish that sentence, you hear another smash right in, and feel that smash right into the back of your leg as well, as if it just twisted itself around you and then just punished you from the back by hitting you square into your lower back.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys hear that? Sounds like he's in trouble.
And taking 5 bludgeoning, because I halved it for you already.
So the rest of us rolling initiative now, or
Whoever's moving towards him, yes. At your
all
side.
right?
It should be 52.
I'm gonna be moving towards him last because I don't want to get in anybody's way.
5.
That's a nice initiative.
America's gonna use her move. Oh, so I don't even know if it's my turn yet. Sorry.
Well, if we heard him, we should crack on over.
Yeah.
And let me write these down. Marigai got a 22.
There is I couldn't find the button for a minute.
Right.
Ez got an 8. Rowrick 13. So we'll run.
Where do you find initiative again on the character sheet?
Far right. Top line, far right.
On the very top, you can
16.
also find it under the utility.
And 10.
Did you take the feat to get that +4 to initiative?
Yes.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's the +1 is from something.
Right, do we got everybody? We got Ez. Hold on, that's Ez. Row. Oh, Armand is 10. Joe is 16. Mary, what were you? Mary's 18. All right. That should be, let's see, we got Marigai, Mary, Joe, Growl. Low. We're already on there.
Yeah.
We're
I'm
15?
right in the middle. Yeah, 15.
Right. Let's go.
Whose,
Battle music.
whose turn is it?
At this, Low, you would be able to now go.
All right, so I am going to cast Thunderclap.
Ooh.
They need a DC 15.
So you create a burst of thunderous sound that could be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you.
Yeah.
Other than you, does that also require your friends to do it as well?
No,
if they're-
15-foot cube.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah.
It's just a sound that's
Oh,
100
just the
foot.
sound travels 100. Oh,
right. So and
Okay.
and they would be taking 2d6 because I am 5th level or above.
okay, perfect.
That's a badass cantrip.
This is a
Mhm.
Constitution save.
Yeah, DC 15.
It saves. So it does half damage.
It
And
doesn't
where are you
say.
setting it at? Around you directly?
It's on me. It's 15 cube on me. So yeah.
And put that down.
I don't think it's half damage. I think they just.
Yeah. No, they see.
No, it's just
they
save.
say-
Okay, so they save. They save. Okay.
They save. Yeah.
Okay. Or
DJ's
save, yeah,
trying to
both.
heal, but it doesn't look like the dice roll thing is working.
Yeah, I think I thought it was. Oh,
It's just you just gotta
One.
do a D8,
4, right?
and then we add the 4.
Yeah,
There
there
it
we
goes.
So it'll be
So-
8 health.
That worked.
Perfect. And then
I guess
you.
the +4 was throwing it off.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, it's 4 + 4, 8 points of healing for you, Low. As the gods from Twitch smile upon you, feel this exhilarating fill come through your body and manifest into the bruises slowly going away.
So now I have an extra. I don't think I can do anything because I can't see who, and I can't cast a second spell. So I think that's where my turn will end then.
So then, if that's your turn, then Marigai, you're up.
All right, so I just heard that massive boom.
You need to move the thing to the top.
Yeah, I can't see the initiative order, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
no. The initiative order, it's Galrig. Yeah, I hit enter, so it went to Galrig, so you need to take it to the top, so it's Marigai.
I don't even see the carousel anymore.
Neither do I.
It's nothing, but I'm looking at it on the virtual
you're
tabletop.
okay. Yeah. So if you look at the second, the second
Icon on the top
icon
right.
on the top right, yeah, it'll show it there.
Oh, okay.
And
Good
right
to
now,
know.
right now it's left on Galrig.
What icon?
So on the right bar
Oh,
where like the chat
that
is,
way.
the second
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah.
combat encounters.
oh, it's not like okay, I see it now. So it's not up on the top anymore.
No,
Well,
no, not until the update happens again for the carousel.
It's all good.
Okay, so as I get here, I am peeking around the door here. And obviously I see a low in there. I don't see anything else. The only thing I can think of doing, and I yell it out, "Low, brace yourself. I'm going to see if I can flush them out." As
Got it.
her arm, I'm trying to like give him a quick, yeah, firing the whole thing. Yeah, I'm trying to give him a quick warning before I do it as I go ahead and cast Moonbeam. How do I cast this? How do I cast this?
Click on the icon.
I am. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I will cast that at 3rd level. Right there. And hoping I give... Let's see here.
So let's look at this. A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range until the spell ends. Dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn in there, it's engulfed in ghostly flames and cause searing pain, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or as much on a half as much damage on a successful one. Changer makes its saving throw with a disadvantage. Each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to beam up to 60 feet. And you have several seeds of the moon seed plant, pieces of opaque field spark.
Yeah, that's in my druidic focus and doesn't actually consume it. And like I said, I yelled at Low, hoping to give him maybe some sort of advantage whenever he has to roll his saving throw.
All right, and jot down one more thing about these. Okay. And is that your turn, Mary?
I
There
got.
you go.
I gotta throw my saving throw on that because it's.
Well, you got to start your turn in it.
Okay.
And as Marigai kind of goes ahead and backs up slightly, she's going to go ahead and use her. Do I use my bonus action? I am going to use a bonus action because why not? Bonus actions are fun, correct?
Yes, they're always fun.
All right. And she's going to crawl up to the ceiling. How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling in here is looks like about 6 to 8 feet tall.
Okay, then I got enough movement speed for that. I'll crawl up to the ceiling and I will end my turn. Just to give people room to pass below me. And, okay, so end turn. How do I do that now? Oh, end turn. Lovely.
Right now, the just so you know, the thunderclap itself is now ringing through to the forest on the outskirts of the town, as this is close to the edge of the town. So everything south of where this is starting to reach into the forest area. And the next person up would be Mary.
So on my way past everybody, is the blood on the ground, is it dried or is it still pretty wet?
You can see that it's kind of it's of a slimy consistency right now. It's coagulated, but not yet completely dried.
Fantastic. So on my way past everybody, I scoop up as much of a handful as I possibly can. Will I make it into the room from here? Let's see here. I should make it into the room from here, yeah?
I believe, yeah, I believe. Hold on, 1, 2. No, you would be able to go. I want to say you're 25 to 30 feet.
She can move it, do a double move, but then not take any action.
That is true, and you got 30 feet because you do have a the ability to move, efficiency to be able to move longer than just. Oh yeah, yeah. You got 30. I get what you are. There you go. So yeah, this is where you would end unless you wanted to. Um, if you wanted to dash, you can dash into the room.
But then I'd lose my action.
Yes, you would lose your action.
For me, can I see any of those the windy critters in the room
I
from where I'm at?
believe that only lasts for 10 minutes. Correct.
Yeah.
By this time, I believe it would have fallen. You,
All right.
you wouldn't be able to see the magic.
Recast.
Man, it sucks I'm so far away. I guess this will be where my turn ends here. I can't do anything from here.
Okay, and then
Mary, just to let you know, you can ready a spell or an action to trigger off of a certain condition at the end of your turn.
All the spells that I need to use here are I have to be touching my target.
Yeah, but say he moves out. Oh, but then you would lose a spell if he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
you did point out the fact that if you do ready a spell, it is used, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. I was gonna say that, and the kids got a little bit loud on the side. All right. So now, Lo, as you're kind of gathering what you need to do next, uh, Phil, another bash hits you.
Did you do dose?
Oh, I didn't do Doze. No, Doze 16.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
we don't see that we don't see the bad guys on the list.
Yeah, you don't see any of the bad guys right now on the list.
Oh yeah. No, I thought you were swapping through the thing.
And gotta go back. Now it's selecting that. Oh, it's telling me I have to have something on the ground. So y'all get to fight him. Make him smaller.
Oh, it's hideous.
That
arrow.
guy?
It's the green arrow.
You're fighting
So-
the DM.
You're not actually fighting him, but we have to be able to select something apparently. So we're gonna go
Okay.
ahead and select that, and I'll just add the Constitution from my side.
Doing a con roll for the moonbeam.
Yes.
Jen.
The smell of burnt flesh is kind of, or of a burnt substance, we'll say, kind of permeates your nose as you smell it. Kind of stinks a little bit, right? As it goes in for a hit.
Don't tell me your number, but my armor class is 15. So you don't have to tell me your number. So just tell me if it hits or not. My armor class is
Okay.
15.
And it is a hit.
Okay.
So this slams right into your side. Hitting you for 15 bludgeoning, halving that down to 7.
Quick question for Culp.
Yeah.
This thing did not pop out. Is there any sort of concentration going on here, or?
I believe this does not have concentration for it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's no concentration for this. This is legitimately its normal state.
I think I know what it is. God damn it.
Right, so that one hits. It's also going to go in for another hit. Oh yeah, that's also a hit.
Did you rolled for the if it's in the circle, right?
Yeah, I already rolled for that. For 13 bludgeoning, halved is 6. And that's its turn. Let's go ahead and as Browrig behind you, you hear something catching you off guard, coming from behind you and belting you right into the back as you're still on the stairs. After I roll. Natural 20. Hitting you for 12 bludgeoning damage. I'd like you to do a dexterity saving throw.
Why would you make me do the worst saving throw?
Can you think of athletics maybe? Maybe you held your position, but you were definitely caught off guard. Think about how you can catch yourself off guard. If you can give me a better way of catching yourself off guard before
I
falling.
mean, athletics kind of works, but now if it's a save, it's a save. Strength save, maybe? But yeah, I'll take the dex
Yeah,
save.
because is he standing still?
Yeah, I haven't moved yet.
So
Yeah.
if he's
Is he
standing
next
still
to
and something
railing?
hits him, it would be a strength. It would be strength, wouldn't it? If he's just standing still, because he's not trying to dodge out of the way of it.
True. I mean, we can go with that if you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, because
All right, let's go with strength. All right, holding ground, you were able to take the brute force of that as it was knocking you forward. You kind of stumbled down one step, grabbing a foothold into the ground or into the stair itself. Kind of pushed back a little bit. As that happens, it goes in for another attack. This time, you were just out of its reach as it went to go hit you. It stopped short of you and kind of came back a little bit, so it didn't make contact.
And how much was that first hit?
The first hit was 16 bludgeoning.
Okay. All right.
All right, and then now it's Doe's turn. This one hasn't made it. Okay. Have can you think of anything that you would want Doe to use right now?
His short sword, and I mean, he can
He needs
swing
to
it
light
where
the
he
place on.
thinks it
He needs
is.
to light the place
No,
on
we
fire.
don't need to light the place on fire. That's not going to do anything because they can get out of this building with no effort, and we still can't see them, and instead we'll be in an open field. Walls are our friends right now.
All right, so at this point, does this do? Not gonna work.
Like I said, he could swing a short sword at it, the one that got lightning bolted.
Only got lightning bolted. Okay, he will not be able to make it in there. His
Nah, but he
best.
can attack the one on the stairs by me.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so he's gonna unsheath his sword and move forward onto the stairs with one foot and kind of swipe in an arcing fashion, midway up. So he's gonna try at a disadvantage.
We never used that advantage for the players yet.
Okay,
Mhm.
did
He
now
could.
Eros, would
It
you
would
like
be-
to use the advantage at this point real quick? Because at this point it would nullify the disadvantage and make it at a natural state.
You even asked if anyone used it.
No, I even told him I was
I-
going to out there, yeah.
I know, yeah. I just didn't realize. I didn't even realize.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try a short sword attack. And a the attack button's not working for the short sword. There it goes. Which is definitely a hit. Doe rolled a 21. And damage. Hitting him for 7. Right. And as he takes a swing, he nips it. You hear a as it kind of like steps back out of the hallway a little bit. Still within reach with the 5 feet, but it kind of like kind of staggers back a little. And next up is Graurig.
All right. I'm gonna swing at roughly the same area that Doe was, so above me on the stairs, using my sword. Disadvantage. Does a 12 hit?
No, it's 12 not hit.
Oh, all right.
Your second attack.
Mm-hmm. Can I just use the same? Oh, I can. That makes
Yes,
it
you
so much
can.
better. I don't even have to hit the button again. Yep, missed again.
Oh.
Oh well.
Right, and
And then
now
Shell is gonna move up here with me. And that's it. There I go.
It
All
does
right.
not hit.
Doe hit.
Go
Doe
hit. Yeah, it was 7.
So would he not seen anything of that? Or like Graurig?
Graurig did see where he snipped, but at that point the entity could go higher,
Okay.
lower, after it just got hit.
Right.
And Armand, you were up.
All right. I step up here and I take some sand in my hand, kneel down, and with my other hand, I grab a scoop of this coagulated blood and mix them together, and I throw it towards where I think it would be.
I see what you're doing, but I don't know what to roll for that.
Athletics.
No, I think we would probably roll something like improvised weapon at a disadvantage because
Yeah.
you're not used
Invisible.
to it.
Yeah. All right.
It's like a double disadvantage.
Because remember, I just need that shit to stick so we can kind of see where it's at. I'm not trying to do damage or hit a specific spot.
Right, but that one's kind of
Unarmed
more of an
combat?
attack than just a general.
How about just
in an
unarmed
area.
combat?
How about
unarmed
the
combat.
natural 20 that Arrows just gave?
That'll work.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that shit. Thank you, Arrows.
Now the question is, on a disadvantage, do you still get a natural? That'd be like 2 natural 20s. Is that a thing?
Did we use the?
But
We
that's-
already used the
but then
advantage. That's
you're-
true. Damn.
Then you're taking the points away from a.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you technically just gave him 2 natural 20s. So
That could
with-
be abused later. I'd be careful.
I know. So yeah, we'll have to define that better as a group to see if we all agree upon it or not. But in this instance, Eros, you did it. You were able to help Armand rear back. And how did you do it?
I just threw a clump and just wide arc, just threw it and tried to distribute the best I could.
As you strewn this coagulated blood across, let's see if Doe
Also mixed with
it.
sand.
Also mixed with sand. It's dexterity saving throw for you as well, Graurig.
No, I'm not even gonna care. I'm gonna let him fucking slap me in the back with.
Doe would
I don't
care.
care.
I think Doe would care. So Doe kind of hears the footing, hears the sound of the as it's being picked up and as it's thrown across, and you hear it all over the wall, and it kind of laces the whole entire wall with this coagulated blood. And Browrig, not giving a shit, just takes it like right there on the back of his shoulder blades as you see the streak of coagulated blood going across, but revealing on the other side of Growrig this elemental type entity, just a portion of it. As you look at it, you kind of see that the blood starts swirling around with it. Ez, you're up. Oh, unless you have any other bonus actions you want to use or second attack. If you
No,
have
so
that.
I moved 5. I'm gonna keep moving.
Is he still invisible then with that
Yep.
roll?
Because well,
Was
was that?
using that as an attack, right?
Oh,
So-
is that true? Is that an attack?
That was an attack, yes.
All right. So then I am visible, and I went into that room.
Because I believe the sense of invisibility also matters if whether or not the other person can see where it came from and kind of see through the guise of it came from there.
True, but you can always move.
Well, the spell fails on an aggressive action like that, though.
Yeah,
Is the whole thing on that one.
I agree.
All right, cool. So then, yeah, Ez, you are up.
I'm gonna move to the doorway. Cantrip is still considered a spell, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But it doesn't. But you can cast it as often or as many times without expending a slot.
Right. I'm just trying to double check as far as. So I can. But I'm here. We still don't physically see them. Right. Sucky part. Oh. That's still in the range, isn't it? Might not be great for low. I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave into the room.
That room
and
is
flood
getting
the
wrecked.
room.
Oh, motherfucker!
All right.
Do you have a drop of water?
I'm just gonna spit.
You know, Lowe's like got to already deal with something else.
I'm sorry. I was hoping I would have. I don't have an evocation.
That's
spell.
okay,
I could have.
that's okay.
I could have helped you if it was an evocation
10
one,
feet
but
tall,
That's okay. I
20
could take it. I could take it.
yeah,
bludgeoning
10 feet
damage.
wide, 10 feet tall, up to, and then up to 30 feet long. So I can flood the whole entire room.
I would have waited until we set the place on fire, then used tidal wave. To put it out.
I did think about throwing a fireball.
All right.
You guys
so-
are just. Oh God, firebugs.
All right. So, that's his. Okay, so it's 12. Plus my dexterity. So yeah, I succeed on a succession. I'm not knocked prone.
And you take half.
Takes half as much
You take half
damage.
as much, yes.
Damage.
But no. What?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
That's dirty, Cannon. All right. Cannon
Woo.
says
Do it.
I have to re-roll.
I succeeded on my saving throw.
Okay. No.
All right, we're gonna roll again.
Not a critical hit, right? Yeah, no, I didn't get a.
All right.
It would only be a
24.
critical hit if I did a 20, right?
Wait. Yeah, it would only be a critical if you got a 20, a natural 20.
Also, I don't know if you caught it or not, Cole, but that's bludgeoning damage to be halved for them.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
only a quartered. It's quartered.
Yeah,
If
it's
you-
quartered for me. Yeah.
Technically,
Why
it's
does
one for me, too,
everyone
I
want to
believe.
burn shit down? God damn it,
This is water.
arrows.
I'm not burning anything.
No,
If
arrows.
No,
anything-
The
arrows.
chat wants a point value to just burn things down.
That's fair.
So that is, let's see, 1/4 of that. Okay. So -2.
But would we be able to see them in the water? No, they're air,
But that's just it.
or at least
they're
the
not
spot
water.
where they are.
Yeah, would it be like bubbles or some weird shit?
You would see some swirling happening inside of this at this moment. But you just see swirling. The swirling figure that you see is about right here from where you're at. You see where I'm pinging?
Hmm.
So I'll put myself there for the time being so you can see. That's where you saw him.
Okay. And
The
He-
new roll
he
still
still saved.
succeeded. I still
Yeah.
saved.
yeah,
It was 1 point less. But if it was 1 point less than that, then I would have been done for. Or been found or proned. All right, and at this point,
you can do a spell and a cantrip, right?
No.
No.
No, okay.
Well, let me
Uh,
rephrase.
unless it was a-
Sorcerers can with quicken spell. And there's a
Right.
couple other very unique
No. I
ways
was
to do
also
something
looking
other
at
than
it. It doesn't say it's a bonus action or any of that. So
yeah.
that. There are very few ways to cast multiple spells in a turn.
Okay, so now at this point, sorry, I may have blown your guys' eardrums out. All right, so at this point, it is top of the guy.
Did Lo get to go?
No, low is lower on the list.
Yeah, but
I
we
should have gone
skipped him
after
on the
Doe.
list. Yeah.
did you take your damage low?
I did.
Then yeah, go ahead, low.
Yeah, we skipped him, and I didn't know if
Oh,
it was
thank you
because
for
he
the
went at the
follow.
top or not.
Appreciate that, picturesque outlaw.
I am going to drop Shatter right there. And I'm going to cast it at
Right
level
now
3.
the water would be coming down, right? No, this would have been before the water. Never mind. Yeah, go for it.
Well, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it, quote, in turn now.
Okay.
Because we missed my turn for whatever reason. If I don't mind being under the water.
Okay.
Or the water have been, the water has crashed on top of us. Shatter at level 3, where I saw the swirl.
Okay.
DC 15, and casting it right there.
All right, and is the damage halved on this?
Yes, it is, and it's and I'm doing.
All right. Perfect. Okay. You notice that that as you did that clap and the thunder kind of like goes forward and it kind of vibrates the ground and these little arcs and sparks and stuff like that are coming from the center of it to cause that thunder. You notice that it did take a little bit of damage, but not as much damage as you would have thought that it took. It just kind of like rears its head and goes, kind of looks.
I look at it, go. I look at it, go. There's more where that came from, motherfucker.
At which point the water itself kind of starts flowing out into the hallway. Can we get Marigai, you're up top. Mary, you're on the ground. Ez, can you go ahead and roll dexterity saving throws?
Before I finish my turn, though, I want to make sure that I, say some word of inspiration to Marigai, because I know that I heard the spider skittling, and as a bonus action, I'm gonna go. I hope you're not scared of spider. And then give a little bit, sending some inspiration. So the for 10 minutes they will have an extra D8, I believe.
Beautiful.
All right.
No, at 5th level is a D10.
Nice.
So there's an extra D10 at your disposal.
You said
And
a
now that's my turn.
dexterity? You said a dexterity for the
Yes.
from the creature.
From the water kind of flushing its way back towards you. You just filled a
okay.
completely
Normal.
a huge room up with water, and everybody
Let me
was like
just
kind of
pretend, no.
floating for a second and then kind of pushed back.
I fell backwards.
Yes, but the door behind
And
you,
from-
you grabbed hold of the door frame and you kind of held yourself up. You just got pushed back 5 feet. That was it. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you didn't give yourself like a prone position right now.
I was waiting to see if that was anything that you were gonna put there. I just knew I was thrown backward for sure.
Yes, grabbing hold of the door frame, you caught hold of it and kind of held yourself up. Mary, can I please get you to roll one as well? Dexterity saving throw. You hit the dex button, and then it'll give you the option for a save, or normal, or advantage. You just did the save.
Best decision of my life, getting to the ceiling.
So it's showing advantage, normal, or disadvantage for me?
Just do normal.
I.
Stout as she is, she kind of puts her foot down. Or not stout. I would say more of a kind of pushing forward through it. She kind of pushes herself against the water as the water just flows around her, not phasing her at all. She just stands.
Guy, my boots. Oh.
Sorry, love.
It's okay. I'm fine.
That's awesome. All right, Marigai, you are up then.
So Marigai, kind of hearing Lowe's battle shout, still on the ceiling, just goes down just enough to get through the door frame and stick to the ceiling. And I know I'm kind of on top of everybody. She's looking down at the water now, and where is she seeing any displacements in the water?
Right now you kind of see. I'm gonna give you a free perception roll.
Okay.
See if you see this.
Because I'm hydrating, I'm gonna make Culp hydrate too.
Fair.
I got
I
your
sent him
hydrate.
one, and there was a posture check a little bit ago. And
Oh, I'll
and you
get
didn't
both
even
of
miss
those.
that one either. And another hydrate.
Oh, dang.
I mean, to be fair, at least the tidal wave will completely flood out the hallway, so it's draining.
Yes, it is draining, and as it's draining though, because it's got 4 places to go through. The backside right here, it's kind of barely bleeding through. You've got a door over here and a door over here. So this one is shut with your perception of a 20. You notice that back one behind you is shut. You notice that this one is opened, and you notice that this one is also the open one that you came in through. You do see some sloshing and swirling of the water right around here.
And that would be the only one I see.
That would be the only one that you see right now.
Okay, so with that, Marigai is going to make an attack roll. And by an attack roll, she is going to lay out webs in that general vicinity and kind of just lay down a network of webs. because with her, as long as she's connected with web sense, if anything comes in contact with her web, she knows exactly where it's at. I'll go ahead and like, would this work for invisible creatures?
Invisible doesn't mean that they're you can go through them. Doesn't mean that they're or a non-corporeal or something.
Well, right.
So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
doesn't
there's
know that.
different descriptors for things that would not get affected by web sense.
yeah. So you'd be fine to throw that and try to see if whether or not it works. But I can't tell you it's going to succeed before you try to use it.
Right. Well, YOLO.
Time to go fishing.
Don't forget you got that D10.
Yeah.
Don't forget, I got
Fire.
that disadvantage for me too.
Oh man.
So with that, I think I have to make a D20 plus 5, or I guess a D20 plus 15.
Well, no, it's not a plus 10, it's a plus D10.
Right. Well, I got a plus 5 to hit anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll be one. For some reason, it's not letting me roll. Okay.
So I need to make a DC 12 strength check.
Well, I'm not I'm actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I gotta see if I hit first.
I was about to say worst case scenario,
So
you
it's
can
gonna
tell
be
it to
an
do it.
18. Or I'm sorry, it's not gonna be an 18. It's gonna be a 23. I think.
Well, you'd have to roll a D10 if you want to use your inspiration to see how much it is.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Web sense. When contact with the web, the spider known the exact location of other creatures contact with the same web.
8, a 6, and a 5, so 19.
Yep, 19.
Okay, so a 19 is a hit.
I think you should technically do that at disadvantage. And I was gonna ask how bardic inspiration works for disadvantage, but
Well, it's also I do see the swirling, so I kind of know what to aim at. I don't know if that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
you do have
he's
you
a-
have a slight ability to see where it's at currently. Yes.
I mean, I can roll at disadvantage if you want me to.
No, I don't. Like basically we're getting the one that's up the stairs. Just had something that shown its position. This one right now has the water as it's leaving the room. You can still see the sloshing and swirling of where it is.
Right.
It does have mass.
In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one up there so that now you guys can see where he's at.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action real quick to roll a 1d6. If I get a 5 or a 6, I do not. So I do not recharge my web.
Okay. And also, that reminds me, which one of these, the thunderclap is gone. The thunderclap has at this point.
Shatter's instantaneous, so it doesn't stick around. Thunderclap is instantaneous. It does not stay around.
Okay, so there is a moonbeam
in the
still.
middle, but yeah.
Or did you lose concentration when you? Is that a concentration spell?
It is not. Web is not. No, web is just
No,
a creature
Moonbeam. Talking
ability.
about Moonbeam.
Yeah, Moonbeam. No, it's a concentration. I have not lost concentration.
Okay, so that one is gone. And
No, Moonbeam's still there.
no, hold on. I'm trying to get to the one
He's-
underneath it. There it is. And that one's gone. All right. All right, and
So what happened to the web?
so I need to now at disadvantage. We can go with that, but let's go ahead and still roll this to see if I get a 1. All right, I did not get a 1. So successfully, you were able to hit and attach the spider web, knowing its position currently, but it's only known to you.
Well, that being said, is the web visible? The web is visible to people, right?
The other people are not in contact with that web. Visible to somebody that may know that it's there, but not visible to those that don't know that you spun it and threw it. And they would have to be up close to it, just like seeing a spider web from a distance, right? It says, while in
So-
contact with the web, spider knows the exact location of the other creatures in contact with the same web.
Right. I was just asking, is the web itself visible to other people though?
It does not
Should be.
say that it is.
It should be because it's a physical thing.
It's like
Yeah.
rope thick threads is how they're normally described in the
Oh,
literature, but
let it keep it. Let them keep the interpretation like that. You can use
Yeah.
that for some
Yeah, that's
real
fine.
damage, Murray guy.
No, that's fine.
yeah,
Like I said,
a nearly invisible thread. That works.
so I was kind of,
I'll have to,
yeah.
I'll have to look up that while we're going on to the next one.
It's
We'll
not
figure it out from
Spider-Man webs. Yeah, and that would be, I believe that is my turn, correct? Yep. That is action and bonus action. Oh, it's still on round 1 for the combat tracker for some reason for me.
Yeah.
there. Okay, and now it's up to Mary.
All right, so I'm in the room, and the water's gone, right?
The water has successfully flushed out.
And do we see these critters at all?
From you walking in there, is that where did you walk into the room, or are you at the door frame?
I walked into the room.
And then you just walked into the moonbeam, so you will have to take the damage roll.
Oh, that says she starts her turn in it.
Oh, I thought or a creature enters it, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Can you go ahead and post that up for her so she can roll the damage on that?
Yeah, no problem. Getting it right now.
The Constitution saving throw, Mary.
You conjure 6.
Exploit chaos. Use cure wounds on Marigai.
I've got no damage on me though.
Well, you feel really good.
You do feel like you were above normal now. It's like you feel boisterous now in the middle of this combat.
10 points.
You see you see Marigai start dancing on the ceiling.
Nope, that's nightmare fuel.
If you're wanting the guy that's hurt in the middle, that would be a low.
Yeah, Lowe's the one that's hurt.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and then type in there !D8, hit enter, and then it'll add the 4 automatically. Or we'll add the 4 afterwards, but just do the ! There you go. So 6 points of healing. The web is a restraint, according to D&D Beyond. And it's a 5-foot cube to expose, or to basically of an area effect.
Like I said, for now, if you want to do the whole invisible thing for dramatic effect, I'm totally down.
I just gave him like the roll 20, but I don't know.
I'd say we play it as rules are written. It's a across the floor, conjunctured. What did I say? It was a 5-foot cube. Okay, so yeah, so you're attempting to hit directly onto them, which you have the area. So yeah, it would be a 5 foot webbing that kind of keeps him in position as he tries to fight to get out. All right. So Mary, were you able to roll that the damage on there, or the saving throw and then the damage?
So it'd be 8 damage.
8 damage, yes.
All right.
And it does say it's a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. Oh, wait a minute. The web fills a 20-foot cube from that point for duration.
Oh.
Look at the web spell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean that is very different from the attack of a spider, but like the description of the webs would be similar. Would be my way of
Okay. Then yeah, I need to
explaining it.
figure out that then. Sorry, I was
Like I
looking at the
said,
wrong
most
one.
of the times in the in like books and the movies and stuff, think
It says
super
one
thick
creature.
cobweb.
Yeah, it says one creature.
Or
though.
like Spider-Man. Honestly, Spider-Man webbing might be a good estimation of how big the webs are, because
Okay.
these aren't like thumbnail-sized spiders. They're spiders that are like 10 feet long.
Yeah, they're a large creature.
That's
right?
immense,
Like
yeah.
a 10-foot long spider isn't going to be hanging off of a thread. It's going to be hanging off of a rope.
That's what I thought, but somehow I was told that what happens with the spider is that, like, for you to go up in a room up in the corner and not be noticed by anybody as a
Well,
large spider.
I mean,
That's just being creepy and stealthy, blending in with
yeah,
your rocks and stuff.
yeah, and also
I think
think of
what
like
the
natural camouflage and stuff. But
I think what the web sense refers to is if I like lay down a line and someone crosses over the line, I can sense them.
Okay.
Or if I'm attached to it, I can sense them.
or like when Spider-Man shot a bunch of webs out in the sewers to catch the lizard man.
Okay.
Right.
All right. We'll have to figure this out after the game. We'll just play it as is for right now. But yeah. Let's go ahead and go on with Mary. What do you want to do from there?
So from here, I'm going to cure wounds on low.
Okay.
Since I can touch him and all.
All right. And as you go to touch him, you see that your eyes kind of turn to a blackish dark night as your fingertips start to turn to a necrotic state. As you touch him, you see he heals for 9 points of damage.
I'm feeling better. All right.
All right. And what do I have to roll to get out of that? As a was a 15 get out?
DC
For the
12
web?
strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 releases him. That's
That would be his turn, yeah.
yeah, that's his turn. As for this one up here,
Oh wait, he started off in the moonbeam too, didn't he?
5
He's being
foot radius.
Yeah, from low, so that should be within range.
What's the damage on that?
Some nice chunky hits.
Mm-mm.
And let me double check one. All right. So yeah, you see that it starts to sizzle through the light that kind of penetrates through its uh almost almost transparent self at this point. Kind of hisses and as it releases a little bit of gaseous state from its body. And all right. And the one up here, you see this viscous looking reddish brown color across the face swirling from this entity in front of you as it rears back and goes to bash at you, Browrig.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting you for 13. That is down. Hitting you for 9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
As we now go for Doe, seeing it is going to attack again with his short sword. $11 points of damage. Does he have? He should have dual hit. Like
No, he
Extra
doesn't.
attack? No, that's
no.
rogues don't get extra attack.
He does get sneak attack for.
Does he have advantage against the creature?
No, he does not have advantage against.
That-
Never
The
mind.
same qualifiers for advantage are what gives him sneak attack.
Gotcha.
Also, being within 5 feet of an opponent.
That's what I was thinking. They can now see him. Let's just go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and give it to him.
Because he would have played it in a way that he got his sneak attack.
Yeah, he would have. 15 points damage on the sneak attack. All right, and it is now low. You're up.
I am going to hit him with another third level shatter.
Before you do that, go ahead and take the damage from being in the
Oh.
moonbeam.
Yeah. I save. What's the? Fuck me.
15. Wait, no, sorry, 10. I was going a little high on there.
Yeah, I'm still going up and down. So we're gonna hit him with that third level, another third level shatter. DC 15. Right there.
That was a 19 as Doe, unfortunately. take his roll out of it. Oh, it was just a straight roll. Okay, that was 19. That worked.
So 8 points of thunder damage.
8 points of thunder damage as it crackles, and you hear the pops and the reverb hitting the walls and echoing. You do see that it does look slightly hurt comparatively when you started this battle. Load.
And I'm gonna take my out of the.
All right, he will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Was he that close to me to get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, he was within 5 foot's reach. Corner to corner is still 5 feet.
Okay.
If you wanted to take that back, go for it. If not,
nope. I need to get out of the movie.
Fair enough.
I'm getting a sunburn.
Hold on, he can only do a regular attack though, right?
Mm-hmm.
When leaving.
Yeah, it's just one attack.
Well, is that attack
it has to be a physical attack?
Okay,
it's
so
not a special ability attack.
So a slam would be the same thing.
Yes, that's a basic attack.
Okay.
Yes.
I had to double check that real quick.
It wouldn't have been able to use special abilities if
my
it had.
My armor class is 15.
I want to show you this. I'll show you after, but it is a nat 20.
You don't need to show.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I know. I feel bad.
It's a story. It happens.
I know.
It happens.
Yeah.
We believe.
Hitting you for 15. Bludgeoning, half it. So it's 7.
7.
Remember, I'm rooting for you guys. I want you guys to win too. I'm just telling the story.
Yeah.
We're not mad at you.
I know.
Whatever happens.
Dick, no, I'm joking.
I know, right? Shit. Right. And that would be Lowe's turn. Right? Or
yeah, I don't have any. I can't. I moved, so I can't take another bonus action. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and get rid of this on the next round. Okay. Go ahead and now it would be
My turn.
Rarix.
All right. I'm gonna swing. I mean, there's not much else I can do.
Chat rerolls, huh? You wanna
On you.
reroll that? Hold on.
I'm assuming.
It says chat rerolls for GM. All right, go ahead and roll it. Exclamation D20.
D20.
5.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and
not take that damage.
Not take that damage. Go ahead and add back that 6 or 7. Sorry, I was trying to sneak one out of there. Yes. I did. Eros, I missed. I so missed.
I thought you were for the people.
Eros is for the people.
Yeah, he gave back 7 health.
For being like, I'm rooting for you guys.
I mean, I am.
Oh, yeah, it's true. There it is.
I gotta play both sides of the fence, right? I need chat to like me. Like me, chat.
There goes
Yeah, Rob.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
Rob, dude.
So now
This
you
is a
have time.
Good time
to go to the bathroom.
for a break. Go ahead and go to the bathroom. We got 10.
I'm going to go use the restroom real quick.
Literally, you do not have to pay for bathroom breaks here. I swear to God, just tell me.
I'll be right back.
That was for y'all to take it more easy on us.
Oh my God, dude. That's 3 hydrates. Oh man, Rob jumped in on that
4.
shit. 4. Honey, what are you doing?
Love you.
Yeah, I'm exiting out of that before I burn up whatever hotspot I have.
Oh my God.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
Banana King.
Never thought a 5 would look so good. Arrows. That was so dirty. That was so greasy. Gonna take him down.
You still got me. Don't worry, I'll go down this next time you attack me.
Oh my
man.
God.
You're just the mean lizard though.
No,
I am the mean lizard. I'm fine with this.
You're all hissing and bleeding and shit. Like,
oh shit. So yeah, no, this is not like Amazon. I swear they don't have the shit in a bag. All right, it's not like that.
God.
Fucking Rob, dude, 10 fucking subs.
Again.
Holy
It's just like,
shit,
do you
Not
see
that
his
much.
total? He's at 170.
dude.
That much.
Oh my
bro,
God.
that's
God,
awesome.
Rob, you gotta calm down.
You are literally getting close to 9 times the person behind you.
This is like
Sounds
seriously.
like a skill issue.
You
Sounds
literally
like
just
a
put his
skill.
you literally just put his kids through college.
No, shut the fuck up. Oh
they're
my
going
God.
they're going to trade schools. Nah.
They're going.
Is there a trade
L'Oreal is
school
a
for
thing,
D&D?
right?
That's awesome.
You're gonna
bro.
be a hairstylist. You're gonna be no, fuck no, dude. They need to be a doctor, a fucking
A lawyer.
that one's gonna be a lawyer, and we got the other one over here that's gonna be a programmer. So we're good.
The only thing they need to be is happy. That's it.
Well,
They
if
just
you're
need to be
working, you're not
happy.
going to be very happy.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry.
Well, you're in the wrong industry there, bud.
No, work is
Professional
the thing you
assassins.
use. The work is what you do in order to have fun. You
I-
don't find that whole find the job that you love and you never work a day in your life. No, that's the way you ruin things you enjoy.
I just think we better have one be an arms dealer, the other one be a mercenary, and the other
Wow.
one be a fence. That'd be so badass.
I gotta collect from the VA.
Arrows,
Not
truth.
mercenary.
So
A thief.
true.
Basically,
I just-
aside from me getting steak, that was the
Yo,
second part
Netters.
of my.
I just collect from the VA and mooch off my husband.
You disagree, Netters? What's your stake in this?
I wish I got.
Well, or
something
not
from the
steak.
VA.
What's your thoughts on this? Friggin', I just
Speaking of
remembered Rob
steak.
had a steak earlier.
But
Made
I
me
say, this is the second part of my celebration.
hungry. What's up, my good bitch? Way to go, Amber. Oh man. All right. Now that Rob successfully paid for all your guys' breaks, get back to work. Oh.
Yeah, Stola, come on.
Oh my god. Can't believe it.
More
Same.
work.
What work? Lord, we found a witch. May we burn her?
Work.
Off I go then.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man.
told you I'm not that kind of peasant.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, yes.
Stop rocking the boat.
Me not that kind of orc.
I remember those. Those were so good.
And they were
I,
there were
I
some
come
big
back to
ones
work.
in there.
I come back to the Warcraft noises. Jeez.
Yes, you did.
Join
My
the
life
Navy,
for
they
hire.
said.
I mean, Azul.
Join the Navy, they said. See the world, they said.
Power overwhelming comes from StarCraft. That's like my whole email and everything.
Oh wow.
And then
It's from the
everyone tells you
archive.
once you're there, never again volunteer yourself.
Hey,
Oh.
you want it even better? I did volunteer twice. I technically did it twice in a row because you have to sign a second contract to go on submarines.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you do.
So-
Yeah, you do.
I fucked up good.
I'm telling you right now, fuck that going underwater like that. Like
Oh, dude, we're all insane. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're all insane. The
Oh,
ones
shit.
that are sane are the ones that say, nope, I can't do it.
I had someone who said that they played golf on a submarine.
So that's the beginning of Down Periscope and
yeah.
Doubtful?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
have
think
to
they would allow
be
that.
an officer in order to even get a chance to bring a golf club to a submarine.
You know,
Oh,
honestly, that was probably one of the best scenes in cinematic history.
Just so you guys know, it's also one of the most accurate submarine movies in the industry.
Because there's not many of them.
Oh no, there's plenty.
Hunt for
Yeah,
Red
There's
October.
plenty.
What's
Hunt
it
for
Hunt for
Red
Red Oc-
October, Down Periscope. There's also what's that one that came out with Gerard Butler?
Anything with Gerard Butler's got to be accurate.
Actually, it was fairly accurate, but it was also still kind of an because it involved some stuff that we don't discuss.
Are we all back?
I think we are all back.
But yeah, Down Periscope is one of the most accurate submarine movies out there.
I will check it out.
And it's hilarious,
on.
and it stars JC's favorite actor in Kelsey Grammer.
Shut up, hell no.
I mean, that
All right,
golf
all right.
course in the
Yes.
first scene is on that base. That is an actual golf course.
All right, real quick though, Rob, can you check your mic real quick because it sounds like it's like cutting in and out, or are you too far from?
Oh, I'm muting whatever I'm not talking, so I might be talking quicker before.
No,
I
it's
mute.
garbled.
Your
Yeah,
It's
it's
garbled
garbled.
while you're
Yeah,
talking.
like
your signal's
underwater.
probably getting a little bad.
Weird. Hang on. All right, can y'all get better now?
Try leaving Discord and then coming back into Discord. And then I'll drag you back in.
Turn it on, turn it off.
Okay. See, I see what you're saying, Netters, but I can't argue with that. Because I absolutely despised my time in the military, but I was very precise on what I did. I did exactly right for everything.
All right, let's see.
All right.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Good.
Yep, can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. We are back, folks. We are back.
Yay!
You should take off that splash then.
I am about to. Good looking out though. That would have been terrible to try to edit that shit.
That'd have been a lot of time in Photoshop, frame by frame.
Yeah. Procreate, I think, or not Procreate. Whatever. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Everybody, we're back. Freaking again. Thank you so much, Rob. Definitely one of the biggest, hugest D&D supporters I've ever had the pleasure of working with on this. Definitely thank you, Rob. Huge, huge. And if you haven't followed him already, I mean, he hasn't came back yet. He's still planning on streaming again. Definitely throw him a follow. We've got the amazing Amber also. She's also
He's
also
contractually obligated to say that.
no, and we
Obligated.
also got Faithful Kitsune. She's also a streamer as well. And Sulak, unfortunately, is not here today. However, he is also a streamer as well. So please definitely throw them a follow. I need to set it up to where it'll auto-publish it, within inside of the stream chat. But if you guys can, please, inside the Twitch area, go ahead and give if Faith, if you can go ahead and just throw it in there. You probably have all of them.
You don't exist.
What am I doing? What's going on?
You're gonna put Amazing Amber. There you go. Do the exclamation mark 07.
07 or 07?
It's 07. Sorry. But yeah, it's basically it's the broadcaster salute. Those folks will be streaming, and definitely check them out.
Sorry. Nope, I'm not a streamer. Sorry, I was not paying attention.
At some point, I might start streaming the Old Republic. So
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
And again, like anybody else that I work with in here outside of their DJ even knows, I'm more than willing to help. If you ever want to get that up and going, I'm down to help you out with the overlays, the understanding, the applications that I use, and all that stuff. I think we grow
VR.
VR. I have the perfect stuff for you as well. So yeah, definitely reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help you guys out getting that started, because I think if we all grow as a community, we share our communities, we can grow all as one.
Heck
Uh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's watch Gralrug die now.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, yes.
Cutscene to Gralrug dying.
My
we left.
turn. My turn.
don't
We left
be
on
silly.
Gralrug.
He's not gonna die. He's a lizard. If you cut off an appendage, one is just gonna
No,
grow right
that's
back.
the tail, and I don't have one of those.
It hasn't
Again,
grown back
not
yet?
a lizard. God damn it.
All right, all right.
Anyway,
Anyway,
swing.
Right.
And I don't have disadvantage because we got the bloody sand.
You get to just do a regular attack. Regularly send it.
Beautiful. Oh, it almost rolled a 20. Does that hit?
That just barely hits, yes.
Beautiful. And then I'm gonna do that with that extra D6 from, oh dear God. Extra D6 from Shell. So 7 slashing and 4 fire.
All right, so the slashing, hold on. I have to double check that portion.
It's halved, and
Okay.
the fire is not.
What I thought. All right, cool. So that will be 3, 7 in total.
And
Alright.
then swing again. God damn it, I wanted to. And another 5 total.
Right. All right, perfect. And it is now up to Armand.
Only another like 60 health to go.
All right. So can I see any outlines of them like they're all talking about earlier?
Right now you see webs on the ground, but you don't see. Oh yeah, he broke through.
Still around him though.
the
but
door
only I
was
could see.
the door was open. So would he have seen? He was in the dining room. Would he have seen the swirls beforehand?
No.
And the angle that he was in,
better-
no, he wouldn't have saw that.
Okay.
Better question is, do I see anything of them currently?
Right now you definitely see Low off in the corner over there.
I'm specifically looking for more enemies.
So no, you know what? I'm gonna have you do an investigation free action like I did for Marigai.
Oh, okay.
Because I would assume that you're being attentive to the situation of what needs to happen as you're going forward. You're kind of being careful about it, and you do successfully see some water kind of swirling around on the ground as you come up to this this
All right.
opening.
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at that object or whatever I see what I perceive.
Okay. And let me look at this real quick. I don't think that this can be spelled.
Wait, didn't Mary was able to detect it though?
Detective, but
There are magical creatures that you cannot just dispel magic on.
Yeah, that's fair.
A banish spell is what they're wanting, but we aren't high enough in level for those.
right. So as it fizzles out, you realize that it just doesn't hit its mark on what it's necessary to, and it evades your ability to see this creature.
All right. If that's the case, then I will use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Low.
Right, within 60 feet, perfect. Right, as
And-
you feel how do you feel right now, Lo?
Oops. I went the wrong way with that. I am feeling. I'm feeling like a seesaw. I'm going up and down, up and down. But as of right this particular moment, I am moderately okay. I'm feeling clean.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right, and As you're up.
Okay. So will come in as well. I'm gonna. What is the saving for their moonbeam? Constitution, right?
15,
Yeah.
yeah.
15.
Find myself. Yeah. Okay, there's
You got lucky I rolled low there.
All right, so you take 13.
13.
No, 11.
11.
11?
I'm the one that rolled the 13.
Oh, yeah, 11. Sorry.
Alright. And then I'm still in it. Never mind. I was going this way. I'm gonna stand next to the spider.
Well, you can get past me. Mariguy's
Yeah.
like up in the crowd. She's like up in the corner.
And I had seen the spot. I see the webs and stuff, but
If you want to do a free action perception, you know what?
it.
You wouldn't be able to. There's a dining table that's standing between you right now.
Well, I meant like coming in and stuff. I would have.
Oh, okay.
Like I knew it like from the tidal wave and stuff. I would have seen it from the.
Yeah, you
initial
would have had
tidal
an
wave.
initial idea of where it would be at. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just to see how well you hit. That's what we'll go with. See how well you hit.
Or you said which roll?
Perception. Oh yeah, you definitely remembered exactly where it was at when you had got pushed back earlier by the water coming through. You kind of see off in the corner, about like right here. You see that there's a little bit of stuff on the ground still, kind of surrounding it.
Okay. I wish I had the tech creature or whatever it is. Good and evil. That's what I wish I had. I don't have it right now. But I could cast magic missile at a 3rd level. It's an evocation spell, so I can choose to protect Armand because of my class.
Is going to be another tidal wave, please?
No, it's a sculpted spell, so you're clear. In fact, I'll just click the sculpt spells crap as well. I don't know. I clicked it twice. So and because I am over a 2nd level, I'm just gonna make sure Armand is safe with a pocket behind like the door. And yeah, we're gonna magic missile. It was a 3rd level, so dart. 3 glowing darts, and then I have to do an attack first, right? Attack roll first.
Yeah, I believe so.
Missile, yeah, it's attack.
Yeah. There's a damage button underneath it.
Right, but that just rolls the damage, not the attack.
You create 3 glowing darts with magical force. Each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can in range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. Which target the dart all strikes simultaneously, and you can direct them to hit one creature or several. This does not say that you have to roll for it.
Full attack. Yeah.
So that
okay.
depends on her seeing it, though, doesn't it?
She knows the direct area of where it's at, but this is plus 1 force damage. So go ahead and just roll damage. I believe you'd be able to roll it on a. You'd automatically get it. It looks like.
Normal. Well, it does have like if you roll a critical, but so that's per dart. So 2 per dart. So that's 3 darts plus rolled a spell slot of second or higher. One more dart for each spell slot above first, which it's rolled at a 3, so 3 darts, so 5 darts. So 10 damage.
All right. All right, as you see it go, each one of the darts hit it and take purchase on its body in different areas as it kind of goes through it, but kind of like hits it, and you see it penetrates just within the side of the swirling nature of it, and it causes a little bit of damage to it. Right now, as you see it standing, you see that it's kind of not really slumped over, but you can see that as it started kind of like falling forward just a little bit, uh, taking that damage. It doesn't look as good as it did.
But we don't see it.
You see the impact as it hits it. You see the impact of it as it's
Yeah.
illuminated by your darts that are being sent at it.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So as it hits, it spreads and kind of like you see it kind of like swirl in itself and then dissipates. But it does take damage. And you kind of see it as it kind of opens up its mouth and kind of
They do that sound effect again?
I don't want to. I don't want to now. All right. And is that your turn, Ez?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think
Right.
there's anything I can do for bonus actions.
All right.
Wait, Lo, do you have a weapon out?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I am holding my sword.
I am gonna just reach over because I'm next to you, and oh wait, never mind. I'd have to roll that. I'd have to use that at a different spell slot level as a bonus action, but never mind. No, I'm done.
All right. Then now, Marigai, you are up.
So as Marigai knows that the web has been broken, but at the same time, with her web sense, she knows that this creature has not moved from this spot, correct?
With the
Like,
web
that's a
sense,
fair
yeah,
ass-
you
That's a
you
fair
have
assessment.
well, you don't have web sense on it now because it broke through. It's no longer attached to it.
Okay.
This is also, keep in mind, this is top of the round of 3.
Right.
So
Well, she was watching like for the magic missile impact and stuff like that, so she knows it's in the same area. Is that a
yes, yeah, you would know. You would assume that in the time frame of it getting hit, it had not moved from that area.
So Marigai is, again, she's kind of sticking to the wall, sticking to the ceiling. She kind of crawls around her own moonbeam to get closer. Drops down to not drops down to the floor, but kind of drops down like halfway down the wall, which would put her within range, hopefully, and she is going to attack. Well, actually, she's going to go ahead and use a bonus direction real quick, and she's going to go ahead and roll a 1d6 to see if she recharges her web, which is a negative. And then she is going to attack whatever we're attacking.
Okay, at this point though, it is fully not seen at this point. You saw where it was at. You saw where it got hit, but now you're going to be hitting at a disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. No. Attack. Yeah. guess that's my turn. Cool. Alright, I can't end turn.
Okay, and then Mary, you are up. You are now starting your turn inside of the moonbeam. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. And Marigai, go ahead and roll damage. You will take 14 radiant damage, Mary, as you start your turn. And if you want to go to explain what you're wanting to do.
I don't hear anything.
You just left. Okay, we got a player that left. Give me 1 second. Just here, come back into the waiting room. Pull her back in.
Mhm.
Oh, it's even worse than that. Sorry, folks. Looks like her computer just rebooted on her. So we'll give it a few seconds. It's a solid state drive, so it should be relatively fast.
Just want to skip her for now and go back to her.
Yeah, we can go ahead and yeah, good call. Let's do that. I don't know if we want to do that, but okay, we'll go with that route. I'm up. So we will start with this one right here.
I'll roll damage on Moonbeam again.
Yep. Go ahead and throw. Right, that's a good save. And what's the damage? Eight. All right. Okay. Right now, at this point, it saw that you snapped at it, and what it wanted to do is it kind of dives in at you to try to hit you, Marigai.
Okay.
Jesus. Natural 20.
Stop it.
I'm not trying to.
Why you giving all them 20s to them, huh?
17 bludgeoning damage. As it goes in for another slam. $24. This one's not a critical. Hits you for another 11.
So what's the all in all?
So 28.
All right, I'm out of spider form then. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Sorry.
It's a fail. Moonbeam is done.
I'll get rid of that. Then all you have to do is to get out of your spider form, you double click on your. Perfect. There we go. Got it. Reroll crit. What? What? You take that back.
Thank God.
You take that
Nice.
back. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna reroll the crit. Let's back it up just a moment.
And I just rolled a 2.
So, all right. So that is a miss on the first one. Came in clutch.
And you hit 11 on the second one.
So you did take the 11 on the second one.
So then I passed the Constitution saving throw as well. Okay.
Hold on. You would have. Let's see. So the first one that was a. Hold on. So the first one was a 26. Is now a 2.
Right.
So once that happened, you don't get the 17 hit. So you get to put 17 back on the spider.
Okay.
But then the spider.
Spider comes back.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and put the spider back. We're gonna redo that real fast. All right, Growrig, you get. Oh my God, he gave you an
12.
8 plus 4, 12. He
Dude,
just critted you with a heal, Growrig.
That's
but
awesome.
it's not. It's not gonna be enough.
You'll be
Alright,
fine.
see,
All right,
10,
so you're gonna minus 11 from your spider form. And then the Constitution saving throw was on the second hit, not the first one.
It was on the first that I rolled.
It didn't
It's
come in
also
until after my second roll. Or did it? Oh yeah. Okay. So then, reroll Constitution saving throw just to make sure that it's on the second one and not the first one. Because if we go by the first one, you failed it. Okay. So Moonbeam is still there.
Okay, and I've got to go into my thing and
I got it. We'll just put
add
it there.
more wild shapes. Okay, so I'm at 1 out of 2 wild shapes still. All right. So just reeling back, you hear Maragai's let out a hiss of pain. But she stays pinned on the wall.
All right. Are you supposed to take damage from your own Moonbeam because like you're technically in it?
No, she's on the wall, like pressed up against the wall. She's actively going
Okay,
around.
so
the
you would only
Moonbeam.
take up the 2 squares here.
Right.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, she has not gone to the ground. She's very much aware of her own attack.
Okay, cool. And let's see. So that was the attack for them. Now we move over to Growrig. As this one rears back and goes for you again for another slam. $13 does not hit. Right?
Who?
Growrig,
Growrig.
does a 13 hit?
No, a 13 doesn't hit.
Right. Natural 20 does. I shit you not. I am not trying to do this. On the critical, you are getting hit for 13.
13 points of damage?
Yep.
All right.
13. All right. And at this point, as it goes in to hit you for the second time, Doe then grabs for his sword and goes to hit at the area of where he sees the stain going across the face. A normal hit, which is a natural 20.
Okay, nice.
As he would do this at a critical hit. Go.
Critical sneak attack too.
And then sneak attack. And let's reveal those for 29 points of damage. Yep, and then Lo, you are up.
All right. So, Mary Guy putting herself in harm's way, kind of.
I was
Did-
skipped.
Did we get Mary's
Wait,
turn back
hold on.
in?
Oh, Mary, yeah, she didn't do her.
Oh,
roll.
yes, Mary. Yes, go. You're up.
So I'm
Gotta
stepping
do a
out of
roll.
the room.
Yeah.
Stepping out of the moonbeam. Okay.
Yeah, just out of the room and
Still has
Yeah,
to do the moonbeam though.
She already took the damage before she left. She
Oh.
rebooted, yeah.
Never mind.
Everybody's all charred, like coming out of that room.
Everybody's hating that moonbeam right now. It's hurting.
I'm just saying, at any point you could have taken that away, and you just left it there.
That's
Or-
the
or-
only
or-
damage I'm doing.
Or at least moved it out of the doorway.
Um,
What would you like to do, Mary?
so I'm gonna try to healing word myself.
Okay. Perfect. 8.
Keep in mind, Mary. You can use healing word as a bonus action, so you can cast it after another healing spell if you wanted to.
It's the only one that I have, which has a bonus action as well.
You haven't used
Oh.
an action though.
What?
You still have
can
an
use
action.
That's your bonus action. Now you can actually do an action. So if you want to know, you
just-
know,
Yeah, I would say cure wounds is a better option for yourself. Just FYI. Healing word's a ranged
Gotcha.
spell.
Okay.
Cure wounds is more healing, but the drawback is you have to touch the target, which obviously you can touch yourself at any given point.
Giggity.
That's a great idea. I think I will touch myself now.
giggity.
Yeah, sure.
Somebody isolate that
So-
audio, please.
Freaking-
We don't need a clip.
I'm
I
just-
promise.
I
don't need a
don't
clip.
even know where to start with that one.
You're the one that said it, bro.
I know.
Yeah, but you could tell it was through this wall of inflection, like on his mouth. He was just like grinning his teeth, like I don't want to say this, but it has to be said. You can hear it.
Now we got
D&D
people in
after
chat
dark.
touching themselves.
There are worse
right,
ways
Venture?
to put it, but I chose that way.
Oh man.
So brushing myself off, I do 14 healing to myself.
Right. And let's see. Then at this point, it will be Lowe's turn now.
At this point, it's gone back to being unseen.
Yes, at this point you are at a disadvantage of hitting.
Sorry, Mayor Guy. It was done to me, so I'm gonna have to do it to you.
That's all you hear right now.
And I'm dropping it right there.
Shatter. DC 15.
I believe also Armand will have to roll on that too.
I'm getting the hell out of this room. You guys can handle it yourselves.
Yeah, sorry, Armand. DC 15.
Is it Constitution?
Yeah.
All right, 2 saves and it's halved, right?
Yeah. And 25 halved.
Oh, keep doing that. Somebody else can play Doe's character, so I don't have to click it. Hold on. Let's do this.
If you want to allocate Doe to me, I can do it. I'm already playing so many.
That is true. That is true. You do have 5 character sheets for 1 character. Why is it not letting me select? Oh, that's why. There we go. All right, plus, okay, yeah, it saves as well, and that was how much? It was 25 half, 20,
half
12?
25.
12, yeah.
Okay, so that's all of us too. I take 12 as well then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you doing a second Constitution saving throw?
Well, that's for my concentration, which I
Concentration.
think beats it.
I'm using I'm using a band of thorns.
No, I got. Oh no.
You're gonna use Band of Thorns, okay?
Yep, so I'll take the D6 instead.
All right.
You don't.
So he'll take that's a little bit better.
You don't have it equipped.
Oh, I don't.
No.
I don't think. Did you choose to equip it? Because I don't
No,
see that.
Showing not equipped.
the icon's not
Yeah.
equipped.
I did put it on though. Okay. I'll since it's not on there.
Let me just test something real quick because remember I drug your guys' characters onto the screen. It may not have done it. It may have unselected it. It unselected it. Let me look at the other one. I just got to look at the other. You guys left castle.
No, it's fine. It's not going to be equipped there either. Like I totally forgot to click it. It's my bad.
I had selected everybody, so it should show it there.
Yeah, I physically have unclicked mine, so that's I am not equipped.
You
Mine
might
is
have
equipped.
been. Yeah, I know a couple people were.
Yeah, there was 2 people.
Once you knew it was cursed.
No, it doesn't. No, there were 2 people that were. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So I'll just take the 12. Right? Was it 12?
Yeah, 12.
I like how even using that you rolled the max.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Alright.
wishing that I had used this if I had equipped the ring, because a D6 is much less than I've been taking per round.
Armand Doe, I rolled back real quick. Armand Doe and Gog all 3 had the symbols on, so they had them equipped.
Okay.
No, I haven't equipped the ring.
It just showed the symbol, so it just may have never like unequipped and re-equipped it from before.
Because I remember I put it on when Doe put it on. I was like, all right, well, screw it.
No, I know I put mine.
Graurig is still fighting something right now. Yeah.
But don't worry, I'll just take the 12. We'll worry about this later.
Okay.
Most of it has been dough, but we have been hitting this thing by ourselves while the rest of the party focused on one.
I think there's 2 of them in here. I don't know.
I only think there's one in here.
There's 3 total, and we've been fighting 2 of them.
Spooky.
Yes, Doe, Growrig, and Armand, all 3. Yeah, you are right, Faith. I just looked at the just so everybody knows, we do upload these to YouTube, and if you ever wanted to catch up on what we have so far, just go ahead and throw a follow in here and check them out on your way to work. If you're bored, if you want to just hang out and see my progression as a GM and them as players, let's go. Do it. Throw that subscribe on it, like and subscribe.
That being said, do I just take the 6 points of damage then?
Take the 6 points of damage, and you have used it once today.
Yep. Okay.
All right, and you've given up your movement speed by utilizing that as well.
Correct.
The remainder of the round, yeah.
All right, and at this point, Growrig, you are up, and you have advantage.
Yes, I do. And since I can see it, fuck it. Let's do it this way. Oops. Oops. Yeah, oops. Attack and advantage.
24 is a hit.
And with an extra D4 of fire, or D6 of fire. So
7 plus
11?
4, 11. Yep.
And then for my second attack, I'm going to use my breath weapon.
Yeah.
And it needs to make a DC.
All right, so it's a 1d10 when you reach 5th level for
Plus.
damage increase. Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's a DC 13 Constitution save.
Right.
Or sorry, Dexterity save.
Dexterity? Okay, so let me add this to the dexterity. Oh, it's 13 straight up. Without its dexterity check. So it did save. So
It takes half
damage.
which will be a 2d10. So let's roll that. Well, fuck.
There you go.
10 radiant.
Nice.
And then Shell's gonna bite.
And that's success. Nice. So half that is 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's fun is I think it's in the next couple of levels.
Why is it only doing half damage? Why is Shell only doing half damage?
Bite
So
is
they
a
are
physical attack.
piercing.
Ah.
They're pretty much resistant to everything not magical or elemental.
And this is what you've noticed is that it hasn't let up this whole entire time. It's still fighting as if it's at full strength almost. You would see that it's not, or you would identify that with what it's doing as it hasn't backed down at all yet. It's not sluggish. It's still appropriating damage acutely, like to whoever is near them. All right. And is that your turn, Growrick?
Yes, that is my turn.
All right. On to you, Armand. And Ez, you're up next after Armand.
I'm going to healing word myself as a bonus action first. Then I'm going to cast invisibility. And that's my turn.
All right. Ez, you're up. Marigai, you're up next after Ez.
Okay. Um. I try to. I don't know if Armand's still there, so I'll just kind of make the space right behind him, or right behind the area, so in the other room, pretty safe. And then I will, firebolt the spot where I think he is. The disadvantage, right?
Yes, a disadvantage. And that is unfortunately a miss.
Right. Good.
You still have bonus action, you still have movement.
I can't do a spell as bonus action, right? No, that was a cantrip, so I can do a spell as bonus action, right?
If the spell says that it's a bonus action,
Yeah, it
yes.
says it bonus. So
Is it are they both? Oh yeah, you said it's a cantrip, right? Okay.
So I'm gonna reach over and touch Flo's weapon and make it a magical weapon. It's used at a higher level, so it's at a 3rd level. So never mind, it doesn't matter because it's 4th level or higher it goes. So +1 attack roll and damage rolls. Till the spell ends for an hour.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shift here. Okay, I'll shift here. No, if I move past this part, it would have an opportunity to attack. I'm assuming, or
If you're within 5 feet, you can't end yourself in the same space as
right. No, I have to go here, but
you'd have to go there. You would be able to like move here, because technically
then-
that's not where she is. You
If
could
you
be here.
leave its
or here.
area that it
Yeah.
threatens, it would get an attack of opportunity. But moving within where it threatens, you're not going to have an issue.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Yeah, but
And
there's
you
no
have
way to
no
make
problem
past
moving.
it. Like you can't get to here and then move there.
Right. Okay. No, that's
Marigai's on the wall, so yeah, she had no problem passing through her.
that's it.
Okay. And you gave the +1 bonus to attack rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right.
It's
And
now a magic weapon.
we are now at the top of the 4th. Marigai, you're next. Mary, you are after.
I
All right. For some reason, I cannot target my moonbeam. I am moving that 5 foot to the right, though, for my bonus action.
Okay. Be able to move it. Fine. Okay, so 5 feet, like right here.
So the center should be right here. Yep. And that will not pass through walls, so that will not hit a
Right.
wand. And once more, suppose I'm going to attack at disadvantage. See where that goes at. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that twice.
All right, I will delete one of them. Oh, and unfortunately, that is a miss.
Of course it is. All right, that's my turn.
All right, Mary, you were up.
All right, let's try this room again, even though it's a death trap.
Stepping in, I would think that.
You
Okay,
should be able
tell
to
me
see
how
the
you're
map.
stepping in, just so I know. Are you just running right in and then walking to the right? Explain how you're getting into this room.
So I'm kind of like doing my best to squeak by, like trying to mush myself up against the wall as much as possible.
Okay, perfect. That is successful to me then. Without any damage, you were able to kind of skirt by uh, the radius of the moonbeam, and were able to make it past. All right, so you are now in, and that only took you maybe 5-10 to get in. You
So
still have
this
20 feet of movement.
Okay, this critter that's in here, am I able to like kind of make out where it's at?
Unfortunately, at this point, it is completely invisible again, and you are unable to see it. Also, be aware that you see Marigai is kind of held on to the side of the wall currently. So you would literally be able to stand, you'd be able to stand like right here or right here without any problems because she is technically only taking this and this spot.
So right here?
Yeah.
Okay, I think my favorite spider friend is a little hurt here too, so I'm going to
Yeah, one of her legs is already on the ground.
No, 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 not on the ground.
I cannot select Marigai's token right now.
Can't either.
Oh, I can. There it is.
Oh, I just need one hit with Primal Strike. That's all I need.
All right. And what are you trying to do at this point again? One more time.
So I'm curing wounds on my poor spider best friend.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that in there.
Ooh. So as your spell is hitting, like she's very ragged. Two of her legs are missing, and they start regrowing back immediately with that spell.
Yay!
So with that, I would say hang on, let me check here. Yeah, suddenly she is very much active. Like there's still some gashes in her torso or in her thorax, but she's seeming a lot more lively.
There you go.
America kind of nods at you in satisfaction and kind of chitters her mandibles together.
And that ends my turn.
Right. And that begins mine. at this point, it's going to rear back again, and as the fire fiercely tries to hit it hits the wall behind it, kind of leaves a scorch mark there. Watching as as kind of walks across and underneath where Marigai was standing, kind of making her way through. It looks left and it sees Ez, and it takes an attack on Ez.
Shield.
Okay, and real quick, is it rolling Constitution for that moonbeam?
Oh yeah, you can do that.
That's a badass spell.
And
Oh,
attack. 8 points. Or 16, depending. Okay. And it goes in for the slam again. First one misses. Second one misses.
And as Marigai is watching Ez kind of dance around these gusts of wind, in her 8 eyes, you just see this fury blaze up as her Sentinel ability activates, and she takes an attack opportunity, which will be a disadvantage. It's fine.
What actually? I wanted to make sure just in case, because it's invisible and I don't know it is attacking me. Would I be able to use shield?
You would not see it because it would have it. Wait, is this supposed to get advantage for you not seeing it? Did
Yeah.
I play this the wrong
I-
way?
hold
Freaking-
on. I'm
Hold
trying
on.
to remember.
I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
if it's technically in that
Hold
case
on.
like a sneak attack, I would think
Well,
it would have.
I think at this point, though, we all know where
Combat.
it's at. Like, generally.
It's a s-
We'd be once after the first attack, we'd be prepared for it.
Prepared
Kind
for
of
something that's
ish.
invisible?
Well, if
Well,
it's
Hold on, let's
we'd
see.
at least be on guard for it.
this thing certainly hasn't moved.
So it says in the 5e rule
Hold
book,
on.
you get advantage on your first attack, but that's just if you're using standard
No.
invisibility.
No. If a creature can't see you, you have advantage on attack rolls against it.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Completely. If it
Completely,
is
yeah.
an invisible creature, you have advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage.
I've been playing this completely wrong. I'm sorry, everybody.
Well, I mean,
I mean, to be
I'm
fair,
fine.
experience.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone has been having disadvantage attacking it. It's the other way. It's just completely annoying.
yeah. So I should have been having advantage this whole time, but that, I mean, it's kind of good. All right,
I
keep
don't
going.
think you could have rolled any better than you've been rolling, Cole. Like you've already been critting like pretty much 75% of the attacks. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't have made much difference, but I would start doing it from here on out.
Okay.
Well, actually, it just says you get for the shield. I'll click it again just so you don't have to scroll up. But
Shield is a reaction, and it doesn't say that you can't if you don't see your
it just
target.
says including the triggering attack.
That's
So
magic, dude.
The thing though
Yeah.
is that you would have to know that it's hitting you, and you don't know
Right.
No,
if it's hitting you. Yet.
But
It says the reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack.
Okay, you weren't hit by
Yeah.
either of those two attacks, so you wouldn't have been.
So you
able
wouldn't
to-
need shield.
So yeah, I don't have to use it.
Like you can be attacked, get hit by one, and then throw it up as a
No.
stop. Second.
Oh, that's cool. I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
It's definitely one of those very useful spells for casters.
It's like reactive armor on a tank or something like that.
Kinda, yeah.
I just saw
Except slightly
arrows.
more advanced.
That being said, I will still go ahead and use my reaction. Kind of seeing this just gust.
Your volume is starting to get garbled again right now.
All right, so using my reaction as Sentinel, seeing these gusts, kind of billow around, I am going to attack said gust. It will be at disadvantage, obviously.
I didn't have a sentinel thing because it didn't actually hit, so it didn't register your shield.
It's still.
Hold on, I need to see
Attack
if
someone else.
Sentinel only. I think Sentinel works if it hit, right?
What is the wording is so specific on a bunch
Let's
of
see.
that crap.
Did you post it in here? No, I'll get it.
Let's see, feats.
Sentinel. When you hit a
If they
creature,
make an attack, it's the third bullet point. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, he can use his reaction to make an attack.
Even if he can't see it, though.
So again, it's rules as written is it's making an attack. That means he can technically make an attack. He'll be at disadvantage for the
Yeah.
attack.
yeah, we'll go with
but
that.
he can't. Yeah,
Yeah, let's go with that.
it's that whole sixth sense thing that warriors in this era have kind of gained for themselves.
Okay,
Nice.
so you have an 11 and a 16. So it'd be 11.
No, it'd be
No.
17.
The 17 was the result of that.
Okay, so then it was 11 plus. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right,
And
that's a
again,
hit.
I will go ahead and post this as well, just
Oh,
for clarity.
it's a D8 plus 3.
And hang on.
Can you do a primal strike on a normal attack?
Yeah, it's saying that when he's in animal
Oh,
form,
it counts as
his
a magical.
attacks
Okay,
count as magical. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so I need to do a saving throw.
No, you don't.
It says it up there for the bite.
If it is what I think it is, they're immune to poison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
They are.
So it'll just be a flat 12 damage.
Okay, perfect. I will add that.
Ooh. That was a D20 that you rolled.
I did my. Wait, hang on.
That was an attack roll that you rolled.
Wait, why did it not work? Hang on. Bite? Oh, damage. I'm sorry.
4.
All right, 4.
All right, so
Hopefully.
Rob, go ahead and leave the room and then come back in again. Let's see if we can clear that up, because it's not that you're talking low. It's just it's garbled a little.
All right.
But yeah, I have power here. Just continue.
Okay, cool. So Marigai, where are you at now? You did the you did the reaction after Ez. Marigai, this is now your turn.
All right.
Oh, I didn't fix it.
Am I still
I thought
garbled?
it was the enemy's turn, and that
The enemy went after
Mariguy's
me.
was a reaction.
The
Oh.
enemy went after me.
That's right. Yes.
It missed. I used my reaction, so it isn't.
Yeah.
And then
so
it goes to
the other
Marigai
enemy.
Gotcha.
still.
So yeah, we're on Graurig getting massacred
hit
up here. What are you guys
Okay.
doing? Check this guy.
We
Chat's
don't
got
know
him.
where he went.
Oh yeah, chat's got him. You got him.
Yeah.
Save him,
So far, I think it's been Eros and
Eros is like your guardian angel.
I agree, which is great to see, considering the last time that so many heals were thrown out in chat, it was against me.
Oh, did we
Right?
get the last heal for him? Because Eris
Yeah,
mentioned
it was
the
8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. I put it in.
All
And
right.
now I get a
With advantage, 16 hit.
meets it. Yeah.
All right. He
I
attacks
still
for-
haven't gotten my full plate that I wanted to try to get from.
from Strahd.
I
Yeah.
was wanting something slightly better than a fucking ring. If I had gotten that full plate, I'd have been a happy person. Running
that-
around with a
It's
20
a
AC.
bracelet.
That is
Oh,
7,
all right.
and then one more time.
Yeah.
16. Is that what I just rolled? That's what I
Yeah.
just rolled. Yeah.
Yeah. God
And
damn.
this one was a double 16, so there wasn't even a disadvantage to that one. Hitting you for 10.
Bro, tank it, man.
I have been. Oh God.
Doe seeing the action of this thing hitting you. It oh, wait a minute. Oh, it was a 16 anyways on both first hits. He doesn't have an advantage. He's not fully invisible on this guy.
Chaos
Okay.
has forgotten about. He's saying.
Yeah.
Eh,
Well, time to start healing the enemy. Oh, shit.
I was trying to remember who it was that was also doing it. I'm terrible with names, Chaos. You
Chaos.
could.
22 is a hit.
Are you rolling dough now?
Yeah.
Okay. For a second there, it wasn't showing up, and I
You're
was like,
getting gun shy. You're thinking you're getting hit again.
no. I was just like, wait, why is it showing me question marks? I thought it was Dough's turn.
Yeah. And then
And then it started
He
showing
still,
up.
he still has his rolls hidden.
And Chaos, that's exactly what I was talking about when I
hitting
said
for
the
15.
chat was healing against
Wait,
me.
did-
They
did
kept
we-
someone alive that I was trying to kill.
Did I miss my turn?
Did a really good job of it too.
No, you did not. We haven't gotten to that point yet.
But wait, so he reacted after the enemy
yeah.
attacked me after I went.
Yes, that was a sentinel attack.
No,
I should
no.
still have my turn.
Oh.
So we missed Marigai
No.
and Mary before Doe.
No, so when the enemy attacked you, his sentinel reaction let him
Is that what Doe's doing?
attack. No, this Doe is after the creatures.
Yes, the creature attacked you, which it goes Mary, the creatures, Doe, Low. We're halfway through 4 right now.
Right, but
Yeah.
I never got the turn at before.
Was
that.
Mary
And
the
she never got her first. America never got her top of the order turn.
She had to have because Mary healed herself and then walked in. All that
Or
was
am I
done,
just,
and
like-
and
Let's see.
the moon was moved.
The moon's above.
And I also healed Marigai
Yeah.
as a spider.
Yep.
I think I'm just like mixing where I was and like the order of things, which is fine.
It's one of those things that's very easy to forget where. That's why like the carousel, the action order, all of that stuff exists.
Yeah, we need to put the action order back on because we're sitting on round 2 on our.
Yeah.
We haven't been hitting next and so on.
All right, so we're on Doe right now. I put it
Yeah.
on to round 4. All right.
Yeah, I just watched you do that.
Yeah.
What was bad is I like clicked right when he started, and I thought for a second that me clicking moved it to the next one. I was like, holy fuck. I'm gonna have to deal with this bullshit. All right.
Okay, and so now Doe's turn is over. It should be Low's turn.
The voices in Lowe's head are starting to swirl, and some arrogance is starting to come through, and Orlando, you start to hear the I guess I am needed here to finish this off, and Orlando comes to the forefront, and that would be my turn.
Okay. And Graurig, you're up.
All right. Well, extra D6 from Chill. Yeah, of course. 6 damage. And then, because it did so well last time, it needs to make a dex save.
All right. And how did you want to do it?
The breath weapon's gonna kill it, or the attack did?
The breath weapon kills it.
Okay. So as the radiance exudes from my breath, you see the outline of it show up as it burns away and fades. All right. Now that I'm barely alive,
And now
I
that
have
that
healing
faded
potions.
away. All right.
I do not. Yep.
All right. Good to know. And is that your turn? Or do you want to use your movement?
I'm gonna hold the stairs for now.
All right. If that's the case, Armand, you are up.
All right, looking around, do I have an idea where this thing is? Is it like directly in front of me? Because that's where I'm getting an impression.
We'll say, yeah, you have an idea that it would be in front of you. As for if it's kind of like move to the left, move to the right, inside that 5-foot square, if it's like tucked over, you have no idea about that portion. It would still be at a disadvantage.
Wouldn't it be a wash because I'm invisible too?
Did you recast your invisibility?
He
So
did.
I
He
didn't
did.
go
He
too
did.
far back when I went back up.
He did.
Technically, it's a wash, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and attack.
But it's when you make the attack, isn't it?
Once
no
when he
longer-
makes his attack, he'll still be invisible. It's once he's finished his attack that he becomes visible.
But you don't get an advantage to be invisible going against somebody invisible, though, do you?
Yeah. So what it is that the advantage that he has for being invisible is disallowed by the disadvantage you had for attacking someone that is invisible. So it just
Okay.
washes out to a 0 normal attack.
Okay.
Because it's advantage against disadvantage.
Yeah. Which, as you pointed out, is a wash. It just comes out as a normal.
All right. That looks like it's a hit.
$20 piercing, non-magic.
20 piercing non-magic. Okay, so 12. Or sorry, 10.
Yeah, if it's resistant,
If it's
yeah.
resistant.
That I pop back into existence. Also, I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire low.
But the second attack would be at a disadvantage, so no.
Yes.
Oh, it would? I thought he
Yeah.
just said it would.
The-
it was
the-
whole
the
attack.
first-
Invisibility
your
would have
first
popped the
attack
first.
would have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your second attack would have been a disadvantage. So just
Then
roll
let me
the attack
roll
again
another-
just in case.
Let me roll another d20 then.
You should be able to click the button, I thought.
Still a hit.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And how did you want to
And-
do it?
I stab it in the back, and then I walk away and flourish.
Oh God, he did a fucking Power Ranger kill. That's what he's describing.
Oh God.
Fucking pose as it explodes behind him.
See, it
Exactly.
Over. All right, I'm done. Goodbye.
All right. At which point you hear hissing and all above you
What?
as it's skittering kind of across the floor in the stairs above you.
We're not in a direct combat at the
Nope,
moment.
you are
could
not.
Could I investigate this and figure out more about it?
Yes, you can investigate. Yeah. Lord, okay, burn it down.
No, we're not burning it down. God damn it. We own the house.
What do you
Not
say?
your water heater.
I'm also listening to skittering, see if I recognize the noises.
Do we physically see them now that they're dead?
No.
No, they kind of
Okay, I just wanted to make
decomporialize
sure.
and then disappear into the ether.
Okay.
I want to loot. I want to loot them. I mean,
He's
I
gonna
don't think
loot the
they
dust
leave
pile.
anything.
They don't. They don't.
So,
leave
so what are you
jack
looking for as in particular?
I guess like any sort of remnants or like as it's like in the throes of death, like feeling it, or like if there's any sort of evidence left over of it to like verify what type of entity this is, if I have any inkling, like because I had an inkling from before that it's some type of wind
Air elemental?
elemental, but if I like can gauge anything closer with like the battle and like the short moments of us being able to see something of its vague form during attacks.
So at this point, you kind of see how as Armand hits it for the final time with that roll, kind of see it kind of materialize in a quick fashion as it outreaches its hands and its face up into the sky as it opens its mouth, and you hear the wrenching, and it comes back down, and kind of as it hits the ground, you see a little bit of element like a dust just kind of go as it comes around, or it kind of like vaporizes into the air. Noticing at the floorboard, you kind of see that there's a dust around there that you could, if you would like to, empty out a flask and kind of scoop up the dust and maybe investigate it a little bit further. What kind of
I have an
compound?
empty flask from my flask of holy water from before.
Well, then there you go.
I'm taking some of the dust.
Could my sandbag be refilled?
oh yeah. Speaking of which, I toss it back to you.
I thank you, darling.
No, thank you. It came in handy. I didn't expect it to be as useful as it was.
A little pocket sand goes a long way.
I like that. I'll have to carry some. Pour some in my hand if you can.
Aye.
And I put it in my pocket.
God damn it.
So, Culp,
Yeah.
I did a perception roll as well. With Marigai crawling, you said we heard skittering above us.
Yep.
So Marigai,
You feel the
crawling.
vibrations on the wall as it's kind of moving across the ceiling.
Right. So that being said, with that perception roll, that's Marigai is crawling to the ceiling itself, and she's both listening and trying to tune into these vibrations.
So you felt some of them coming from here and here, kind of moving their way across the ceiling.
Am I able to detect like separate entities? And does that make any sense?
The difference of vibrations and the distance that they are to I would have to say this would be a investigation. How would we do this with mathematics? Like you would have to literally know based off of feeling the difference in distance that each pattern of walking was, or skittering, or kind of going across the ceiling.
Survival.
Let's go. Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, I like that. I would say that you were able to discern at least 2.
Are they giving off the same kind of footprints as what was below us, or is this separate?
That would need a history check.
All right, fair
See
enough.
if you remember how many there were and how it felt. You would still identify that there was about 2.
Okay.
That you can tell based on the pattern of walking, and they did seem relatively the same.
So as Marigai kind of drops down to the ground.
Who's that heal for?
Once again, she's trying to recharge her webs. Not happening. She kind of overlooks at Mary, kind of nudging her with her giant spider body and holding up 2 of her arms straight up to the sky, or straight up to the ceiling.
Aye.
I would have to do an insight check to see if you understand what Marigai is saying.
I'll do performance too. How about that?
Yeah, let's go to performance. That sounds cool. I would say,
What the fuck? I'm proficient in insight. How the shit does that happen?
You rolled a 3.
Yeah, the proficiency is the +3 bonus you got there, plus the other +3 for your wisdom.
That was the most perfect cutoff. What the fuck? I mean, tech hide.
we could go with your I guess perception, your natural perception. Does that say it on yours? Saving throw modified.
So my passive perception is 13.
Okay, so even with a 13, you're still kind of looking at her. It might take a little bit of time for you to kind of understand, but I would say overall, by the time you would understand, it might be too late. I would focus on what's going on right now more than anything.
Wouldn't it be technically the higher the performance I roll, the lower she'd have to roll for her own roll to get what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I guess.
You guys could always just do it again, though.
Yeah, you could just do an extra roll real quick, and let's say we'll go with that kind of ruling, as long as it's under or the lower the performance. Yeah, we'll give it a anything over 10 is a plus to her insight.
Sorry, I rolled a 16 with no modifier, so
Yeah.
So insight.
Yeah, go ahead and do another insight. Because you are communicating as a spider and not an actual. All right, and then go ahead, Marigai.
Oh, performance again. All right.
Yeah.
Aye, my wee lassie. Is Timmy stuck in the well?
All right. So with that, we're gonna add a +2 to your insights on that. What ended up happening at this point is you see Marigai goes, hits the ground or taps the floor 2 times, and then you see her take one of her legs and kind of points it up at the ceiling, thus revealing that she hears 2 things up there, or is trying to get your attention to 2 things up there.
So there's 2 things up there?
You see kind of Marigai kind of bob up and down.
Oh, please tell me it's like you're doing spider tippy taps like a doggy would.
Absolutely. And
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And even as
Killer
you
belly
feel
rubs.
like
Killer
just,
belly rubs.
just for pure
Thorax
affirmation,
rubs.
she's using a bonus action to heal herself to use a. I will use a spell slot to heal myself. Oh.
Aye, crew, so it's like there's 2 creatures upstairs. We might want to go check it out.
Oh, love that one. All right.
There's still more of them?
Well, you better hope not there's more of them, but let's go see anyway.
I'm gonna
Yes.
take this moment to.
You just see Marigai continually bobbing.
Yes,
I'm gonna
come
touch
check
myself.
out the rest of your party.
You
I'm
gonna touch yourself?
I'm gonna touch myself and cure some wounds real quick.
I see that we're going to be probably adding that next to another shirt.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Oh god. It
So
could be
as-
worse. I could definitely go
As
much
it's
worse
just
than that.
with that like knowledge, as it's just starting to make through the dining room.
So if we kind of chill out, like inside of this room here, can we take a short rest, or is that something that's not possible?
This isn't Skyrim, but you're very likely to get interrupted.
I say you see Marigai frantically shaking her head.
No. All right, I'll put the loot away. I was gonna play some music to have us relax for a bit. All right, let's go.
She can understand y'all. She just can't talk.
And as our adventurers are heading their way upstairs to look at what Marigai has pointed out, we will end this week's session. Oh man, that was some wonderful stuff there, everybody.
That wasn't wonderful. That was horrible.
When I need a heal, I touch myself.
See,
I was
Yeah.
gonna sing that too, but I was.
It's about to go to credits, so we're totally okay with this at this point. Thank you everybody. We got 17 viewers still in here dealing with our shenanigans. I appreciate you
Woo!
wholeheartedly for being out here. Arrows, all those helpful rolls to the players. We'll get them used
Thank you,
to it.
Chaos.
And exploit chaos.
No, don't
help
think you
too.
chaos. Anything to hurt me, I see how it is. I was trying to take him out. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Venture. Thank you. Oh, and the biddies.
Good.
Thank you for the biddies, Venture. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh Jesus!
God damn it.
Damn it, Rob.
Oh my God, Rob.
All right,
By
with
all
that,
means,
I'm going to bed.
keep helping us.
Somebody needs to take this guy's freaking. I'm gonna take a card away, Rob. No.
That's so nice.
Just so everybody understands, there are, or so everybody knows, there are new shirts created inside of Stream Elements. If you want to go ahead and check out the merch, just do !merch and go check that out. I misspelt it. Yeah,
Sorry,
he is
I spelled
definitely.
it.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you so much. There's also if you can go check out the YouTube, which is !YouTube. Go throw a follow on there. It'll help me get my name on there instead of this long ass.
No, you don't have the little.
No, I didn't do the YT. I did the whole YouTube one.
Yeah.
I know.
I think we all need to roll for BS mugs.
Yes, the roll for BS mugs are up. They are
I
up.
don't need any more mugs in this house.
Well, there's a roll for BS
Samesies.
sweatshirt though.
The
Wait,
roll
any mugs am I going?
the roll for BS sweatshirts actually have your guys' player character names on there on the back of them.
Oh, nice.
Not mine.
It says Ez.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I do have Ez on there.
You didn't have it before.
Well, ha.
It should. I'll have to take a look at it. You take care, Venture. Thank you. And if you guys could all stick around for the raid, we're gonna go ahead and raid out to somebody else. There, we might actually get Evil DOA. Let's see.
Oh, you said we leveled up twice from that?
Yeah, I totally didn't say that, but yeah, no.
Give me one, damn it.
Give me one. Oh, you guys are gonna be here for the next 3 months. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know how this is gonna go.
All I know is I need a rest. But the fight's not done.
The fight is not done. Let's see. We have. Oh, it's freezing. Let's see. Who do we want? Let's go, dude. You guys got us to the second row. This is epic. Thank you so much for everybody being in here hanging out.
Wait, I got.
Oh dear
Iggy.
God! It's
Got
Dungeons
Iggy
of
upset.
Dragons. It's Dungeons of Dragons. Yes, Dungeons of
Where's
Dungeons.
Iggy?
Wait, what? Public interaction. What are you saying?
Dungeons of Dungeons.
You see Evil? Is he going? I didn't see him on here. Hold on, let me refresh. Maybe he's just starting. I was hoping. Yes, let's fucking go. He is going. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send over to EOA. Good buddy of mine. We have fun watching him. We have fun raiding him. This is the first time in a while we got to go long enough to raid them. So yeah, let's do this. It's the number of rooms slowly draining your character's sanity. You know that. I like that. I like that. What do you think, everybody? I like this. An endless dungeon that
want
never
it.
stops.
Well,
I
I
don't watch
mean-
it. I'd do it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I have another D&D campaign to join. Sorry.
Oh,
No, gotta
shit.
go. Okay,
See,
bye.
Look at the
I-
time.
With
Oh,
no
I love-
monsters, that's a different one. But if it's with monsters and a nearly endless one, there is one underwater deep.
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's called the Undermountain. There's a crazy wizard in charge of it. I can't remember the name.
There is one that I've been trolling. It's a trolley one, I guess, where you could be level 1 or level 20, and no matter what, you're still at the same existence of for the campaign. So I'm looking at that one as possibly as well. I'm slowly stalking you. Nice. Well, definitely. If you like the content tonight, definitely throw a follow. We're back next Saturday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Whoop, whoop.
Definitely throw that follow. Definitely check out the merch. Definitely help out the channel because I want to be here as long as you guys allow me to be here. And
get to
yeah,
200.
let's start this. I'm gonna also say some thanks in the credits. So let's go ahead and throw those credits real quick. Once again, thank you to my biggest D&T supporter, Rob401Z, my Patreon supporters, Overwatch Scrub Club, Faithful Kasuni, Ted, Mischief Makers, Top Biddies. Can't say the first one, she won't let me. She'll beat me. I heard she'll beat me. And she's my high priestess, so I can't.
I will.
Exactly. Bizarre Andrew, William and Harry 14, Seriously Not a Robot, Chase WH40K, Cannon Fodder 83, Nader Not, Papa Smacks, Mike W, and Mary Chan 1. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys do for me here. I appreciate you with all my heart. Thank you. Let's go ahead and rating with the big 19. Huge. Let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. Also, if you want to catch me during the week, I play 7 Days to Die, so you can come kill me in there too, because I like interactive stuff, just like this channel is interactive for D&D. So definitely, I got the posture check for you, Exploit. I got it. And I'll see you in Discord. Anybody who wants to go into Discord, it's !Discord. It's always on, so even if I'm offline. All right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful night. See ya.
Later.